Allowed the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, political, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. Political, my ego don't come, this one not day off in mind, my ego don't come, person where they do evil, no one make person talk, them say that my ego, that man too they talk, he too they talk, say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper, but every day then they take money in bulk, poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, my ego don't come, my people make you shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary political, my ego don't come. This man not the off in mind.
Hello there.
Ayegula wamo, Ayegula wamo, ọ̀rẹ́ ara lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube, lówó ṣe ń lọ ní máyégúndà wá sí. Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me as usual. Please, after reading the caption of this broadcast, read the description as well, which is that big long writing. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that. Sandalili, Sandust, Yabina, Sandpaper, Fallano has secured a ruling from one kangaroo court in Lagos, the useless judiciary of Nigeria. The old man is asking for 500 million naira. And at the same time, he wants the audio that VeryDarkMan commented on. Bobrisky's audio deleted from social media online. Yes, we are treating that this evening, among many other happenings across the contraption. One day, 10 drama. That is what Nigeria is all about. I think he's so confident about their influence enough that they could walk straight into a court and ask a court to please give us a ruling. And the court gave them ruling and said, you know what? You, this very dark man, you the whole Fallano 500 million naira. Thank you. But today, so good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun Live. Have you seen this? It was published on social media this evening, purportedly to be a ruling from a court in Lagos where Fallano and his fellow crooked legal practitioners, I believe, in that contraption have so much influence. Here is what was published earlier. According to them, Fallano went to court. Okay, normally, if you have someone that you are charging for defamation, you would have to at least sue them or charge them, and then they will put up their defense, and in the process, they would possibly have a ruling. But this is what we got: a ruling from what do you call it? From a court in Lagos, and here an order. In fact, it's an order. It's called ruling. An order against VeryDarkMan concerning that same controversial Bobrisky's audio. Now, Bobrisky is not featuring in all of this. We know that, and we know, I mean, it's obvious now that we know why. So from what this ruling, came out with, here, one, an interim preemptive remedy by this honorable court restraining the defendant, his agent, previous, and or anybody from further circulating or publishing any defamatory video, comment about the applicant, which is Fallano, and to bring down the defamatory video or comment about the applicant, Fallano, published on 24th of September 2024 on all his online social handle or pages, pending compliance with the pre-action protocol of this honorable court. An order granting leave to the applicant to serve the pre-action bundles, kangaroo, originating processes, and all other court processes between parties herein on the defendant by substituted means through his lawyer, Deji Adeyanju, of Deji Adeyanju and Partners at Teresa Yenyenye, right? Such further orders as this honorable court may deem fit to make in the circumstances of this ex parte application. Oh, see, you know what is called ex parte? Ex parte is me, Mayegun, walk straight into a court and say, hey, courts, judge, I need you to do something for me. I do not need the other party in attendance. They don't have to attend. Ex parte order is just like me walking straight into a court and ask the court to give me a ruling against somebody. For example, you, Director's Court, I want you to close down your Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Even though I'm supposed to write you so that I can sue you, right? No, I'll just walk straight into a court. And a judge doesn't have to see the other party. They don't have to see them. The court will now rule and say, you, Director's Court, you are hereby ordered to close your Facebook, close your Twitter, close your YouTube, and pay Mayegun 200 million naira until we determine this case. This is my order. I so rule. Das. And the court clerk, they will now send a copy of that ruling to maybe you or your lawyer or anybody they know about you. It can be, they call it a substituted service, okay? They do, even if they don't see you, they can give it to your wife, give it to your mom, give it to your friend, or post it on social media. And you must obey it. The ex parte order that normal politicians always get against themselves. That is what your Sandalili, sawdust, what do you call it? Senior advocate of nuisance, Femi Fallano, has now obtained against VeryDarkMan. You know, he's been waiting. He said he's been waiting for them to sue him on top this matter. Baba, they no sue him. They just went straight to court to get an ex parte order, publish it on social media, and there is a judge that granted that. Here is the other part. Listen. Also, bring to the defendant's attention that there is a case against him in court. Are you listening? Quoting Akeredolu versus Abraham and whatever. Based on all the foregoing, the court resolves that the sole issue for determination of the applicant. This application succeeds, and I hereby made the following orders. 1, the defendant, his agent, and previous are hereby restrained from further releasing, publishing, or circulating any defamatory videos, comments about the applicant, and to bring down the defamatory video comments about the applicant published by leave is hereby granted to the, where is it to the applicant, Femi Fallano, and his son and his daughter, to serve the pre-action bundles, right? Originating processes and all other court processes between parties herein on the defendant by substituted means through his lawyer. 3, the applicant must file and serve the pre-action bundles. Pre-action is that before the case, this is just before any case, originating processes and other accompanying processes on the defendant within 14 days from today. The order is 1 above shall lapse until, after 21 days from today. This is the ruling of the court. Certified true copy. Honorable Justice M.O. Daudu. Honorable Justice M.O. Daudu, Judge. High Court of Lagos State, Nigeria. Sherry Joki. You know they see? Somebody said, I called pause to borrow me 4 million naira so that I could bribe the prison officials, right? So that I won't have to be in prison. I can stay in a flat close to prison. Force came out and said, well, Bobrisky only asked me for money. And I said, I don't have the money. So that's it. So which means where Force, Fallano's son, confirmed the phone call, the audio as original. But they are just not happy that VeryDarkMan made some comments of, I'm so disappointed if this is true. I hope the Fallanos will come out and clear their names. Look at what this country is. Look at what this, see, even the people that we look up to. So they themselves are also, man, I hope this is not true. That's the comment too. Now the comment where they cause this ruckus with that too. The comments that the voluntary slaves in Nigeria who love their oppressors and who actually love their oppressors differently have been trying to say, hey, it's a defamation. All that thing that VeryDarkMan said, it's a defamation. In fact, it should apologize. Now, Mr. Sandalili, senior advocate of nuisance, did not sue VeryDarkMan. Say, okay, I'm suing you for defamation. No, he didn't. He went to court to go and get ex parte order. Ex parte order. God damn it, man. No wonder people have been like, oh, more. These people are not really bright, though. Thank God for social media. Hey. Now, that's what they are brandishing now against the voluntary slaves of Nigeria, the humbled slaves, sophisticated morons, women abroad, Nigerians. Yes, you need to be very careful. You need to be very, very careful. You cannot just be spelling people's name. In fact, you cannot be talking about the Fallanos. The Fallanos are very, very guinea corn lawyer. Ashe korofoniwo, fraud, scam. Look at it now. Okay. I mean, me, I don't be lawyer, but I know what an expert means. I do. It's like somebody going to court to say, I stop you from talking about me. I said, no, I'm going to talk about you. What are you going to do? And then the judge says, you are hereby stopped from talking about him. I said, no, I'm going to talk about him. Except what I'm saying is a lie. Then he should sue me for defamation. Abi? You see? Member of the oppressive gang of the contraption called Nigeria. Human rights fighters. Human rights fighters. We are fighting for human rights. I was saying that, how come they are so angry at this guy? Why are they not angry at the Bobrisky? Bobrisky, who actually made the allegation, first came and confirmed it. Bobrisky said it was Bobrisky who said things, who mentioned Fallano. But nobody is actually calling him out. They are not even charging him for anything. Like, what the heck? You see now, it is a pure joke. No wonder. See your contraption. See all your senior advocate of nuisance. I want San Dusty. I be San Dalili, what they call them. I want San Pali, San Paper. I was wondering, what did they worry this old man? This whole thing shouldn't even be up to this level. If you are upset in the first place, it should be against this Bobrisky, which means what Bobrisky said is true. So they are not interested in the corruption that got exposed. They are interested in shutting whoever is trying to say something down. Up. Shut him up. Let's shut him up. We will show you. We'll go to court. So now what do they want to go do for court with this? Ex parte order. Ex parte. When the person you actually took to court is not there. And a judge gave a ruling. And you, Mr. Sandusty, as Yabiso and Sandusty, Sampali, you publish that on social media because you think we are in 1985, I be 1990. I be kilo no. Bobrisky mentioned your name, your family name. He said in that audio, which your son confirmed, Force confirmed it, right? That indeed they had a phone conversation. Bobrisky said, your son demanded for 10 million naira. That with 10 million naira, they can make his name from criminal charges to disappear. He will get presidential pardon. But you are not suing the guy. Rather, you came to defend your son. He was making up all manner of nonsense. You saw that video that day when he was like, oh, my son, Falana, called this young man and said Are you calling me from the prison? Or you calling me from outside prison? Like a weary man. He was defending his son. And then he said, oh, if you are calling me from outside prison, you need to use the normal prison. Old man, Sandalili. So you confirm that indeed, Bobrisky and your son, they had a chat. But the thing is, Bobrisky said, your son's, you demanded for 10 million to clear his name. But where is the name of Bobrisky here now? So if I have an audio, now, you know something? The person that can sue VeryDarkMan, he won't win, oh. Let's even get that clear. Is Bobrisky. Sure you get. It will be the one to say, oh, my privacy got invaded. I had a phone call with somebody and they recorded my phone call without my consent. You understand? That will make sense. That will make sense. It's like me now talking to you on the phone and you recorded the phone call. Here you get. There is a law against that, I think. Here you get. And because the audio got released by somebody else, a third party, you can't even sue. The only person you can sue is the person you had that conversation with. Go. That's the person that recorded you without your consent. And the audio made it to the internet. So if I speak to, for example, Princess Balogun, and we had a chat, meanwhile she's recording the phone conversation, and 2 days later or a week later, that audio make it to the internet, I won't deny that it's me. I'll just say, Princess, I'm at any court. Do you get that now? We'll go meet for court. So if they give the recording to African Wahala to go and publish it, and African Wahala goes on his own social media and publish the audio and say, listen to what Mayegun is saying. Now, I can't sue African Wahala because it's a third party, but it can be part of the case. Somehow I can drag him to it. But the real person that recorded my phone call would be Princess that I spoke with. But no, they all just came for this guy. They all came for him. And it was like pretty much that they just want to shut him up. Maybe because he said, there is more. I have more for this audio. It wasn't the one that recorded Bobrisky. Guess what Bobrisky did? Bobrisky came out and said, that audio was AI generated. AI generated from where to where? Boss, don't confirm and say, true, you talk. You spoke on the phone. Fallano himself already granted interview and said it's true. But it was my son that spoke with him or spoke to him. So, what is now the case all about? Oh, because VeryDarkMan said some things. He said some things that he shouldn't have said. For example, for saying that, so this Fallanos. So Fallanos are also involved in all of this. Man, they better come out and clear their name. It better be a lie that Bobrisky is lying. Almost they left Bobrisky out of it totally. And they said they will sue him. The daughter came out. You know, we'll meet in court. So Una no even invite him to court. You were supposed to write, okay, they actually wrote him. They said they gave him 14 days to apologize. And the guy said, apologize for waiting. Why should I apologize? The person that should be apologizing is the person you had a conversation with and then reveal that to somebody because he was bragging about it. So that's the person that you should be suing. So Bobrisky came out and said, the recording is AI generated. That wasn't him. Boss came out and said, well, it is true. But Bobrisky only asked me to borrow him money. And I said I didn't have money. He didn't say more. Baba Boss came out, Fallano, and said, oh, I never spoke to this young man. Nobody said you spoke to him, Baba. There was nowhere that you were mentioned as somebody who spoke to you. No. what Bobrisky said was that your son, who is also a lawyer, assured him that if they pay your chamber 10 million naira, you can help remove his name from criminal record and get him presidential pardon. So you, Baba, now said, you never collect money for presidential pardon. No. We even need to begin to we need to investigate Fallano and people that they have possibly secured presidential pardon for in Nigeria. What kind of people have received presidential pardon in Nigeria? That Fallano is involved. We need to check them. He said he said his chamber always gets a presidential pardon for people for free. Abi, that means Bobrisky lied against you. So who should be sued? Brethren. Brethren in this temple, I need you to answer this. Okay? See, for example, I am Mayegun, you know me, right? And I react to things that some people will find hard to even touch. So imagine if that audio was sent to me and I published it on Mayegun's Diary Political and I react the way they react. You know me, I mean, now fire for fire. So now if you say, Fallano and co, they will leave the person who defamed their family, which is Bobrisky, and begin to threaten me because of what I said after listening to the audio. Like, does that make any sense? That's what we are saying, you know. I know some of you don't hear the voluntary slaves, those who love to cherry pick the people, you know, you love to cherry pick your criminals. You know, Nigeria is a place whereby, true essence of it, I'll keep saying it. You'll be say many Nigerians, okay, put it this way, you know, many Nigerians don't really hate oppression. They don't hate corruption. Majority of them just don't like it that they are not the ones doing the oppression or doing the corruption or benefiting from it. Here you get. So, say me that published this audio, am I the one that will now be held responsible for defaming these people or the person we mentioned their names? Because I know some of you love your criminals differently. Because to you, this one in crime, not too much. So I love this one, but this one I don't love her. So because all of you love your criminals differently, some of you were even like, my own criminal, my own oppressor is better than your own oppressor. My own criminal is better than your own criminal. My own criminal is a God-fearing criminal. My own oppressor is a tribal oppressor. I love my own oppressor better than your own oppressor. You love to cherry pick. Now take a look at this. You have a rotten system. And what Fallano has just done is to help expose the rot in your judiciary. You see, I'm human rights fighter, my ass. So this is it. This is your court case. This is your defamation. 500 million naira. You want to collect 500 million naira. You should go and delete. Exactly now. They will tell you, my own drug dealer is a God-fearing drug dealer. Your own drug dealer is not a God-fearing. It's a wicked one. I say, how do you know? Because it's a wicked one. What about your own drug dealer? What about your own drug addict leader? Well, my own drug addict leader is Alaji. My own is Deacon. My own criminal is a pastor. He can read the Bible. My own criminal is a man. He can read the Arabic. He can read the Quran. My own oppressor is closer to God than your own oppressor. Yeah. Is that not how you are living your life in that contraption? That is why a lot of you are not even like reasoning properly. Some said, "Now hunger they cause them." Somebody said, I was reading a chat on Facebook, sorry, on Twitter or X yesterday, yesterday. So somebody said something, and another person just came. What did they worry you? Are you blind? Are you deaf? I was like, no, can't you see that what I'm saying is cynical? I was like, Oh, sorry, Jerry bros. If you like saying this one guy, you cause I'm Jerry. I know I didn't read your comments properly. Sorry. I take back my comments. You just came and you just attacked me saying hunger. This hunger no let us reason very well anymore in this country. All of us are hungry. It don't make any sense. All this we go court. Now ex parte order. Ex parte. You know what I'm going to ex parte ni? Have you enter any court, pay a judge, and say, you know what? I want you to give me this ruling. So for the next 21 days, I want to go about and intimidate this and say they must not. If I say, hey, you must not, put up your hands. Say, why? Because it's an order. The court says, put up your hands. I say, okay, put that like that. I'll come back in 21 days. Then we can start the case. Say, what about my hands? Put it up like that. It's a court order. But I know they the court when they give the order now. No, you are not supposed to be there. So this is the best your Sandusty can do. I actually really thought that I was like, finally, they have sued him. Now they want him to go and delete the audio. They don't want anybody to share the audio again. Anybody will share Bobrisky audio, they go use ex parte order on you too. They entered the court. A son entered court. Oh more. I can't even like. Repeat any. I just repeat and say, oh more. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh more. So this is what they want to do. This is how they have kept a lot of people in the dark. They call themselves lawyers, practicing lawyers. You took somebody to court. The person no did here. And a judge gave a ruling. And you publish that on social media. We give you 21 days. What are you going to do for 21 days? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So that the case will now start. See, I know it is Nigeria. And maybe me, I am talking this way because I'm not living in Nigeria. Well, see, Baba, in this day and time, nowhere where you deal with it, if sue you. Like me. Sure you get? Yeah, there is in this day and time, right? They can send you a court case or a court summon electronically. All they need is either your social media page, email, or address. That's all they need. So I won't be surprised though. I hope that it won't just be me talking like this. I hope that the likes of Deji, I hope they can actually really sue Fallano. Yeah, sue him. What you should do now, just like when Bobrisky sued VeryDarkMan for 1 billion naira. VeryDarkMan sued him back for 1 billion and 1 naira. Do you know that? I don't know when they are going to hear the case. Yeah. Bobrisky sued. Number one, in the same letter, Bobrisky said the audio is fake. Then in that same letter, Bobrisky said they recorded his phone call against his will. Alaye, stay in one place. Make Thunder no dey confused. Is it that the audio is your voice and it is invasion of your privacy, or the audio is AI generated? It's not your voice. Which one? Confusion. So VeryDarkMan now sued him back for 1 billion and 1 naira. And he said the only profiting one make me the 1 naira. So he defamation to go cancel defamation. A whole senior advocate of New Sansi went to court to get ex parte order. Instead of you suing him for that 500 million, I say I sue you for 500 million. But they just want to intimidate him. So I hope that the Jadenyoju will not be the typical Nigerian and do esprit de corps. Esprit de corps, because now all of us say una be lawyer. And then you begin to write nonsense apology. Sir, we didn't mean that we apologize. We will delete the audio. This is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. If they get real case, there's no point in dilly-dallying, going left, right, and center. Talk to him. But they don't get any case. Which court 1 year say somebody who is a a social media activist, so to say, published an audio, added his own comments, and they are suing him for defamation. Which court won't rule on top of him? As useless as your court is. Or maybe they will rule on it too, because I wasn't expecting this, so I swear expecting this. I was actually expecting a proper case that they will write him and say, listen, meet us in court. We want to slug this out in court. Here you get. Then everybody will go. His own lawyer will come. Fallano lawyers will come. Everybody will argue it out, present their evidence in court. The court will look at all the evidence and say, you are guilty. Very dark man. Oh yeah, pay this man 10 million. Because normal, if you go to court to charge somebody for defamation, right? Let me tell you this. If you take somebody to court and say, I'm suing you for 500 million naira, you can say any amount that you want. So once everybody defend themselves, presented their evidence and all of that, the court can come back and say, you, very dark man, you are guilty. Your statement is contemptuous. Your statement is defamatory. Now you will now pay this man 10 million naira. And then you apologize to him. Nobody they award 500 million, 1 billion to anybody for defamation. Nobody, nowhere. You can write how much you want. That this is how much I want to collect. Nobody they give you that. It's all bullshit. Media nonsense. Fallano should know that himself. But he won't want, he would just want to use his name to intimidate the young man. Do you think this is 20? This is 1990? These days, you go there surprised, say people go download that your useless constitution. They will download that your penal code, this criminal code, and all those nonsense you have in that contraption. They are all online now. Say you get all this proper case, go to court properly. If you truly believe that he defamed you, if you are not really trying to throw your weight around, throw your weight about to shut him up. And if they succeed, here you get most of your big men in Nigeria who have a lot to hide. They will make sure that they use this as evidence to shut all of you up. You go to see secret of these criminals, but they don't born you well to publish them. That's what they are doing. How is that normal for a society? How? You go after whistleblower. You ignore the person that actually published that said all this nonsense. Who does that? If you want to see all of their, whether in a Lagos criminal code or defamation code, everything where they now, they online. Everything is online. Even if you are not a lawyer, you can download all these things and read them. Ridiculous stuff they put together, they call law in that contraption. You can download everything and read them. Now, everything. Up to date, 2024. So who the hell is who the hell does Fallano think he is? Using expertise order to threaten people. But again, me have to talk like this because I'm not living in that contraption. And I pray and I hope that tomorrow now, we're not going to see VeryDarkMan and his lawyer making video. Sir, we are very sorry, sir. So I won't be surprised though. Here you get. And a lot of people will come back and say, you see, you don't apologize. Now ego, they do you. Now ego, I say, yeah, now ego, I don't talk him. I hope it won't happen because I won't be surprised. Yeah, I won't be. If they won't fight case, make them fight case. Defamation where they will. Even if I won't do it, I will wake up tomorrow and I will sue the Fallanos, all of them, for intimidation, harassment, defamation. Yeah, that would be what a VeryDarkMan should do. Don't use expertise, sue them. 1 billion naira. So that Fallano and his son, they will come to court, right? To come and they will dock them. They will dock Fallano, his son, his daughter. They will dock them in the court. Don't sue them in Lagos, sue them in Abuja. I think that's where VeryDarkMan lives. Abuja. Stay in Abuja, sue them. Deji, I hope you see my video. You can not go do any stupid apology to that old useless man. Old for nothing man. Now he's actually like unravel himself now. It's now obvious that, you see. And they tell you that they are fighting for human rights. Which human are they fighting for? Themselves. That somebody blew whistle on the corruption in the prison system, which has now come to light that it is true. It is so rotten. so rotten that people have been suspended in that same prison system. No be so? The EFCC, they were also sort of a fingered in all of this. They themselves have launched investigation, came out with all this manner of nonsense. But you can't go, they use ex parte order. Ex parte order. What the hell? Hey, ex parte. Honestly speaking, we be say, my people they talk say, you know what? If you come to Nigeria and Nigeria government or Tinubu and the rest of them want to move mad, don't worry. We'll just go to Femi Fallano. Say, go for it. That's who they are. Member of the rotten system. Look at it. People where would they look up to and say, man, these are people fighting for human rights. Human rights, human rights, we will fight for. Now you know better. Abi? So I hope we won't wake up tomorrow and they will begin to tell us that sorry, sir. VeryDarkMan. I hope you see this video as well. I hope I won't wake up tomorrow and I'll see you saying, I'm very sorry, sir. Please, sir. Forgive me, sir. I'm a ship with one. Even though some people will be like, no, my don't talk like, he's living there. My that is, you are not living there. I say, I know, I'm not living there. It's ridiculous, Sha. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't really tell you how I feel. Sure you get. Because normal, I will feel angry that the Fallanos are not pursuing the people responsible for this expose. So I actually want them to grab Bobrisky and prove that whatever he said in that audio was pure lies and defamatory. And I'll probably defend them, the Fallanos, and say, okay, so that means it is Bobrisky that caused all of this nonsense, Abi. So he's the one who actually lied. None of these things happened. But they can't say it didn't happen. They can't say that conversation didn't happen. They've already confirmed it. So what they are now trying to do is just like face, what do you call it? Like a cover-up. Let's intimidate this man. But this is 2024. Social media. Like social media. You don't understand? Anything we don't enter social media. It don't pass your hand. You have to wakajeje. You have to wakajeje. You get? Anything where you do for koro. Keep on for koro. If you don't enter social media, sometimes you just have to kind of like pretend that you don't know. And just after a week, no, a week is too long. After 3 days, because another thing will happen. Nigeria is a place that one day 10 dramas. People will forget, they will move on. But now one day flex muscle. Like your social media. 2024. You now no go ask life for Bokwari's hand. Bokwari that enjoyed social media support. And the moment he started misbehaving, and social media started holding them from neck. You can't be like, say, no, this same social media. People, they shout change for 2014, 2015. Waiting Bokwari did. He ended up trying to kind of strangulate social media. But who kind of collapsed at the end of the day? Bokwari, APC, I bet that APC used to enjoy so much patronage on social media. But when they started failing, they make laws to make sure say social media is strangulated. So, Layamo, who was a champion in lies, we emptied him. We reduced him to nothing on social media. And I want to ever long. Hey, God damn it, man. A form gone. Now everybody go now say something is deeper. Me, I'm not accusing anybody. You see now, you say, read the comment. Now people don't talk about the Force and Bobrisky and I'm not saying that. Me, I'm not going to make up any allegation. I'm staying on the matter, on the subject. Anything where you won't think about, they are trying to cover up. No, I am not going to follow you do that. What I am saying is that the audio that Bobrisky made accused them of trying to help subvert the cause of justice. Here you get. And if that is not true, Bobrisky should be the one receiving letters from lawyers, the Fallano's lawyers, not VeryDarkMan. It should be Bobrisky. Now he make these whole allegations, not VeryDarkMan. But the more you try to want to shut him up, the more people are going to say, so maybe Abi could it, or is it? Do you think? Maybe no. Oh, Abi? Yeah? No. Okay, yes. Oh, yeah. And all of that. Here you get. And that is what it has become now. Ex parte order. God damn it, man. Anyway, we'll leave that one for now. Again. Okay? So it's obvious that all the shakara, all the nonsense is pure nonsense. Honestly speaking, I'm disappointed in you, Fallano. Like, I am disappointed. I won't lie to you. Such a shame. Right? Ex parte order. You know? So I'll use this guy as a little bit of a break before we move to something else, okay? So in Ondo State, they are having an election next month, governorship election. And as it stands, all parties are campaigning. Trying to, they are even like signing what is called security pact, something like that. So they have a security summit. And the person that stands out of the whole thing was this comrade from AAC. I love what he had to say. Listen.
Next, we'll call on the representative or the candidate of AAC. If you're here, can you please come forward? Mr. Kunle Ajayi.
Thank you so much. Kunle Ajayi is my name. I want to thank the organizers for organizing this. But I want to say that why do we only talk about peace during the elections? And we don't talk about peace before and after the elections. And that is why I want to tell the organizers of this program, my CP, and all other security agencies that are here, that in a state where, as at August 12, 2024, over 25,909 people are out of school, out of school children in Ondo State is over 25,000. That peace is an illusion. A state where we have on good authority that the state government used 775 million to do fence. That peace is an illusion. A state where during the elections, most of Ondo State people, a lot of people in Ondo State are quite poor. And my professor was from Great Ife was talking about people buying votes and people selling votes. It is serious hunger that is making Nigerians sell their votes, because the current ruling party has removed subsidy and is giving us palliative. And palliative is like throwing water into the ocean. So as far as I'm concerned, if we really need peace in Ondo State, if we need peace during the elections, we need to work on the social issues. We need to work on the economic issues. You can't keep people being poor and you're talking of peace. You can't keep people uneducated and you're talking of peace. You can't keep people without health care and you talk of peace.
And we want your commitment to
These
peace.
are the ways we can have social justice. Thank you so much. To be committed to peace as a political party, the African Action Congress, we want to say that the whole of the stakeholders in this election must also be committed to peace. We must all be allowed to use the parks, the venues in an affordable manner. That is the only way to be committed to peace. For our political party, we have always been known as a very peaceful political party.
You've been watching the Ondo Election Peace and Security Summit in Akure, the state capital.
They cut him off. Like they cut him off because they just want him to come and say he's committed to peace. Meanwhile, all the things that are I'm gonna, because I don't want to show him also. You know, all the things that are anathema, things that are ingredient to disruption, like poverty, hunger, injustice, social injustice. These are the things that are ingredients for disruption, chaos. But people want to sit there and be talking about peace during election. Peace, where people are hungry and they are willing to sell their vote and collect money. Where there is no fair playing ground for all the participating political parties. His own I'm actually surprised that they invited him. AAC, Koolu Ajayi, a very strong, you know his face now, is the governorship candidate for AAC in Ondo State. So they are not really counted as, you know, as part of the contenders. They won't be allowed to make use of the public facilities like the stadium. Here you get. They won't be provided the, you know, the security that they will provide to others, because to them, they are inconsequential. So him talking about all those social injustice made them like uncomfortable. Like, this is why we don't invite these people. That's why they did not invite Showore to the debate, presidential debate. Because they know if he attend at the presidential debate, he probably will take on all other candidates, you know, which is normal. If you are running to be president of a country, so to say, or president of a country, the ideal thing is that after asking all of you questions, the next thing is for the candidate to ask themselves questions, probe them. But they don't say Showore. Once Showore begin to pick on them, it will be turned to, they will call it a personal attack, which they don't want. So that's why they won't invite people like that. I'm surprised they invited him to their peace, whatever. So they had to cut him off, because he's not saying what they wanted to hear. It's pointing fingers at those responsible for what people. Imagine a state government spending 700 million naira to construct fence, kilo day, 700 million. Among other ridiculous things, that they spend money, ridiculous money on, and they have over 25,000 out of school children in Ondo State. What do you think the future holds for those children? What? No education, no skill, no training, no nothing. But they are still going to exist in Yoruba land. 25,000 in Ondo, 50,000 in Ogun, maybe 40 or 50,000 in Oyo. Lagos State alone, they have more than 800,000 out of school children, no joke. Very massive number. Lagos State has the highest number of out of school children in the entire southwest Nigeria. And Lagos State is the richest state in the entire Nigeria. Richest. But you can't talk like that. You can't say all these things. They will say, you are attacking personalities because these criminals are building, they are building this, they are building that, and the money at ridiculous cost. So there's no real human development per se. No human capital development. It's just they need to siphon their funds. Somebody did a video. Soa TV did a video, which is, I love it. Before election, then after the charade election, okay? The Ronukus of Yoruba land, how it was and how it is now. It's like a two combined then and now. I'm going to share that with you this evening. Take a look.
Tinubu le mi ba lo na tori pe APC le mi bayi brother mi ni àwa láti ìlú kan náà wá then bí Nigeria ṣe ń lọ e gan kan ba lo lo tún Nigeria ṣe ro and they always Yoruba man never see before èmi ló kàn no dey again we dey suffer o èmi ló kàn lo dey I know say this man dey say in the Nigeria I know say get advisor. If you get advice, I don't go put Nigeria for this problem. We put Nigeria this. Why you they repair your car now? We be say you supposed to give them to mechanic. I not get money to give mechanic now. I not get shingba for hand. I dey try my best. I go be put out to order.
What is Baba?
Me, I get them plain. I get them.
I let it go for you go.
Well, my brother go fight for. Like Tinubu. This is my brother. This is a Yoruba man. That Tinubu is Yoruba man. Why which one I can fight for again?
Voting tribalism, you vote for.
This is my brother.
Paralyzed.
Everything paralyzed off. All work, everything job go down.
So Jagaba no dey try now.
He no try at all.
So make they come out and like.
Make it no come out and bet. Make him. He never reach 1 year. Make his wetin go do for January.
But he don't pass 7 months now.
He no but never reach 1 year.
But they promise say this December refinery go work.
Well, I never saw. That's all of them they talk. Say refinery go work, but you know they work.
Jagaba is a liar.
Well, I never know because he never take day. Make it look, make it reach 1 year first. As he promised Nigeria, say January, everything go do normal.
So Jagaba don't fail Yoruba people now.
They fail Yoruba people.
Baba don't get joy. You will be saying now, ardent supporter you be.
I be supporter, but the way they support that time, say he get money go do Nigeria well. But now, the borrow money everywhere.
They build house for themselves. They buy car.
They buy car. But they don't focus say poor man day. You know, remember poor people. You all are big people they buy something for. The person don't reach already. They give them money.
When they settle them as they help them.
They settle them, make it no come out.
But he no settle you as you also help them for election.
No settle.
But if he settle you, go rest.
I know if he settle me, make it do Nigeria well, make everybody they enjoy for Nigeria, poor people enjoy. But so they fight for them.
Yes, that Jagaba come now. I can show you in 100% Jagaba will try.
Jagaba will try.
Yes, let's wait by this time next year.
They say Buhari better pass this.
No lie. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Buhari is not better. So let's forget about Buhari. Buhari station don't go. This is nothing like our local. Waiting our local, not be poverty will reach us. Poverty, hunger. People are dying every second, every minute. We don't need all those ones. Let them forget about the jet. If this will not be the first and the last. I've said it the last time. Say if Baba no competent to rule Nigeria, let him move. Make him resign. Make him resign there. Make another person enter. Old age is worrying him. Old age is worrying him. I think if I see a Nigeria president now with his children, I'm ready to kill all of them because people are dying every day. They might not say anything about the fuel at all. You call yourself petrol minister. You call yourself president. What are you doing about it? Nothing. We are dying every day. Just look at everywhere now. Look at everywhere. See, everywhere dry. Road empty. Everybody's using their leg. Why all this? Why all this? Let him do something. All this one today, China tomorrow.
So no be P2B.
No, who's your B now? Nana boy one. We talk about person go carry this country go pay for. Nigeria Gaba one. We don't need the achievement. We don't need the OB. Asiwaju.
But you voted Jagaba.
Voted him.
So how are you feeling now?
We feel good, sir. Baba no try.
He no try.
All the rumor what they hear, all the money we in borrow. People who don't get money already, all the senators, as of all of them, they won't buy bullet car
for them.
40 million naira car. Way they don't get money. They also want to go carry the money. Go no. Tinubu no be thing we think for. We would think and we see for
administration.
No.
So no joy.
Jagaban baboon.
Why do you say Jagaban? Baboon is Jagaban.
Baboon Jagaban. You know anybody where they call Jagaban?
Na monkey.
No be monkey. Na monkey.
You say Jagaban baboon.
Jagaban baboon. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Before na you know that. You want Asiwaju of Nigeria.
Asiwaju.
Jagaban sir.
Jagaban.
Are you still enjoying Jagaban?
You know in plan. You don't know.
But what happened? The zeal where you get before for Jagaba, you don't get that again. Like, are you disappointed?
I'm not disappointed because I know saying good.
But if where this thing will go up now, they affect you.
Nobody will not accept. But make we help, make God help, make them do our refinery. Make it enjoy Nigeria. Fuel is one important thing in Nigeria.
Kí lẹ sọ báyìí ní kí lẹ sọ pé bàbá bó lẹ fi ìbọ̀dà ṣe ń gbádùn.
Àti bàbá ń fọ́kọ̀.
Tinubu fọ́kọ̀.
Ó fọ́kọ̀.
Ṣèbẹ́yìn ẹ dìbò fún.
Ìbò tèmi kan ló gbé wọlé.
Ẹbọ ẹ ṣáà dìbò fún.
Ẹ á dìbò fún.
So how you feeling now?
Ó máa ṣe dáadáa ni. Ó fọ́kọ̀.
So inú yín ò dùn báyìí.
Inú mi dùn o, inú tèmi dùn nítorí ọmọ òkú wọn lọ́wọ́.
Ṣé ń gbádùn bàbá ìjọba ìbáyìí?
Ìjọba ni onímọ̀tò ti gba gbogbo owó wa tán. Transport ti gba gbogbo owó tán ẹni.
So kí lẹ fi ìpa 8,000 tó ń ṣe báyìí?
Ìpa 8,000 ló máa ká ń wà lẹ́yìn. 8,000 ló máa ká.
So kò lọ bí kankan báyìí. So kí lẹ fẹ́ tẹ bá pàdé bàbá báyìí kí lẹ máa sọ fún bàbá?
Nígbà
tẹ bá pàdé bàbá kí lẹ máa sọ fún Tinubu?
Kí ni máa wá sọ fún? Kí ni máa kó rí ọ̀dà? Kí mo fẹ́ sọ kó rí ọ̀dà?
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Chai!
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Àsìkò òǹgbẹ lọ́tún lósì ẹ̀mí òsì káàrẹ̀ Jagaban Karim. Àsìkò
Jagaban Karim. Because according to the World Bank, at least a World Bank rep, which spoke at a gathering yesterday, said Tinubu's reform, which is what all of you are facing now, it is going to take 15 years before things will begin to get better. So whatever it is that you are facing now,
fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Inshallah, meaning just pray for long life and make you no get malaria. Because according to this World Bank criminals who are giving money to these rogues, Tinubu's reform will take 15 years on a steady like this. Yeah. 15. Why to share line? Why to share her? Her? What is her? What do you mean by her? Can you define her? Why her? What do you mean by her? Tell me the advantage and disadvantage of her. Which one is her? Yes, 15 years. On a steady. You see, you might be buying a liter of petroleum at 1,200 or 1,300. The lies about subsidy removal. You know me, I can always simplify things for you. Like you can lie to yourself. You can believe whatever lie they tell you out there. Fine, it's on you. But it's just that when you believe their lies, now you go still come back later, come they ask, hey, how come these things are not what they told you again? Then you remember Mayegun said, they are lying to you. And if you don't know how to discover the lie, okay, maybe I should give you an idea. Sure you get. I'll give you one now. For example, you know the real wahala, the real thing that caused the main wahala is the subsidy removal, which they said was wasting Nigeria money and leaving Nigeria with nothing to spend on other things once they pay subsidy. And that is why they said buying a liter of petrol at 187 naira a year and a half ago was living a fake life. Remember, they said it was a fake life. Nigeria didn't have money to be subsidizing petrol. So they removed the subsidy. And they told you that they will use the subsidy money on something else. Up to this moment, not even a single bad idiot or bad dad has been able to tell us what they have used the subsidy money for in the last 17 months, or how much they have saved from subsidy. Not a single one of them can tell you that. Then you started buying a liter of petroleum for over 600 naira. This price was set by NNPCL. And then NNPCL, I think, which is a scam itself. Imagine a private company. Sorry, imagine a public corporation, public company, which is government-owned corporation, suddenly changed to private company with shareholders. But in Nigeria, still they pay the salaries of the people working in the private company. This private company is still the one selling Nigeria crude oil, collecting the money. Also the one issuing license to those who are importing fuel. And if you say subsidy is gone, that means anyone, whoever wants to kind of sell petroleum products in Nigeria, you can go and get it from wherever you want, and you can sell it for whatever price you can, if people will buy it from you. Abi? So government no longer cares about anything petrol, okay? But that was what they told you, or that is what subsidy is gone. That's what it meant. That's what that should mean. Unfortunately, they lied to you. Tinubu was negotiating with the labor, and he told them, if I pay you 70,000 naira minimum wage, I won't increase the price of petrol. Why would you even say that? That means you are still controlling how much a petrol should be sold. And you can only control how much a petrol will be sold if you are paying subsidy on it. But some of you educated Olori Burukus, you continue to lie to the illiterate Olori Burukus. That subsidy is gone. That's why they are suffering. So if subsidy is gone, waiting concern government with the price of petrol again. What? Because they lied to you. And they also lied to labor. Between May 2024 and October 2024, 5 months, they have increased the price of petroleum 3 times. But they're still subsidizing it. Because they continue to tell you it will go up soon. Who is telling you it's going to go up? Who? NNPCL. The oil marketers who are supposed to go straight to Dangote and buy the petroleum product from him and sell it, they can't. Because they will prefer the NNPCL control price, which comes with subsidy. And right now, they are still determining how much it will be sold. Have you seen the news this evening? Yeah, NNPCL that announced that the new price of petroleum is going to be 1,050 naira, 1,030 naira. They are now willing to sell it to independent marketers for 998 naira, subsidized, so that you can be able to buy it for maybe 1,001, 1,002, 1,005 in some places. Subsidy. And then this Indian, from God knows where, they say it's a World Bank representative, met with a shitty man and other member of Kadobi, Wale Idun, and all these Olori Bruku economists, I want Tinubu and said it will take 15 years for this their policy to mature. 15 years. Should last 2 years.
Okay. But implementing such a far-reaching reform is impossible without solid political commitment from the top. The price of PMS has quintupled since the subsidy cuts, imposing terrible hardship across the breadth of Nigerian society. The central bank has had to hike its policy rate by a huge 850 basis points, that's almost 9 percentage points, in the last 9 months to boost confidence in the Naira and anchor inflationary expectations. But the central bank financing of fiscal deficits has finally ended. And Governor Cardoso has been putting Nigeria, or be helping to put Nigeria on the right course, on the correct course. But this is only the beginning. Nigeria will need to stay the course for at least another 10 to 15 years to transform its economy. So I don't know if you're agreeing with me or if you're disagreeing with me. If it does that, it will transform its economy and it will become an engine of growth in sub-Saharan Africa, and it will help to transform sub-Saharan Africa. It's very difficult to do these things, but the rewards are massive. So this is the lesson from the last 40 years, as well as the experience of countries such as India, such as Poland, such as Korea, such as North.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take India. It is smoke Igbo. It is take India. It is smoke.
It will take 10 to 15 years for the reform. What reform? The one that gave 58 billion naira to National Assembly to buy 160 million naira worth of bulletproof SUV each, or the ones that gave them 242 billion naira to renovate the National Assembly, or is it the reform that added over 6 trillion naira to the Nigerian national budget 2024, where the 6 trillion naira is a padded figure, money that goes straight into the pocket of these rogues? Or is it the reform that bought $150 million private jet for Tinubu? Or the one that is spending over $700 million a year on his wife, traveling all over Africa and the world? Which of the reform is he talking about? That will transform Nigeria. They gave Nigeria $6.8 billion in the last 17 months loan, with conditions to go and float their naira, devalue their naira, their currency. Today, from 700 naira or so to $1, it is now 1,700 naira to $1. What is he talking about? Inflation to hyperinflation. Highest unemployment rates in the entire world. Highest out-of-school children in the whole world. Do you know? Oh, I think I screenshotted. I hope I did. It was this thing I screenshotted. I was like, I'm going to use it on my program. I possibly tell you. I hope I did, but I don't think I did. Because me, I know the same information that when I go and do some further research, right? They stick here. Nigeria currently have officially 16.2 million out-of-school children. 13.9 million of them, they are from northern part of Nigeria, including Middle Belt. Southern Nigeria has 2.28 million out-of-school children. Now, let's take a look at something. Do you know that with 16.2 million out-of-school children in Nigeria, the population of Rwanda, the total population of Rwanda is 14.1 million. out of school children in Nigeria is more than the population of Rwanda, the entire Rwanda. Out of school children figure in Nigeria, the population of Tunisia is put at 12.5 million. Out of school children in Nigeria is more than the population of Tunisia, all of them. Belgium is with the population of 11.8 million. Out of school children in Nigeria alone is more than the entire population of Belgium. The population of Sweden is 10.5 million. The population of Portugal is 10.5 million as well. The population of Greece is 10.4 million. Population of Israel is 9.76 million. The population of UAE, United Arab Emirates, is put at 9.52 million. The population of Switzerland is put at 8.85 million. The population of Libya is put at 6.89 million. And the population of Singapore is put at 5.92 million. And the population of out-of-school children in Nigeria alone is 16.28 million. Think about that. No wonder they had a chart in their National Assembly today discussing the drug pandemic. And yeah.
Mr. President, yesterday night, I had a lot of sleepless nights. I visited my constituency, and the most worrisome thing was the devastating effects, not only of trafficking in drug, but in consumption of this drug. Mr. President, there are so many things we should understand and put into consideration when it comes to issue of drug and narcotic. Drug issue had become a very big economy, very big one among our youthful population. Drug issue had become a very, very serious problem to the extent that I have a terrible fear for our tomorrow as a nation. Without being economical with truth, more than 70% of our youthful population are into drug consumption. And from my own little discussion in my constituency, I discovered that the issue goes beyond NDLEA. NDLEA had become so compromised, so ineffective to the extent that leaving drug enforcement or drug education to NDLEA, we will never get where we are going to.
Thank you, leader. Thank you. You made a point. Chief, you have 1 minute.
So they were trying to set up another body. You know, they have been passing bills to establish different bodies, commissions, job for the boys. So they are thinking of setting up another rehabilitation body for drug abusers in Nigeria to rehabilitate the youth that are now resorting to drug abuses. That NDLEA is just arresting people, is not rehabilitating people. But Oshiomole Adamu thinks otherwise.
Excellency, my former chairman, you have 1 minute remaining.
Yes, sir, but the need is spoke for 5 minutes. I think you have obligation to be fair to all senators on this occasion, regardless of ranking. Abi, you can't have 5 minutes, you announce it, so at least give me 4.5 minutes. Because my own argument is to the contrary. So I understand the general trend, but I want to be on record. But I do not think at this point, in this manner, I emphasize in this manner because I believe if this need really exists, it should benefit from the intelligence information that the executive may have. On the basis of those informations, they will decide whether there is a gap that can be filled by a coastal guide. As it is today, if we are not careful, we are going to have a lot of competition instead of institutions complementing each other. That has been the problem that gave rise to, for example, sir, just 2 minutes, I will round up. This is how we created the National Road Safety Commission with a huge overhead. When I was growing up, that job was being done by the traffic division of the Nigeria police. And they were more efficient than it is today. Those of us who travel on the road, I don't know if you have found the Road Safety Commission be helpful. They were created. That is how we created the Nigerian Civil Defense to protect pipelines, government properties. And I don't know now whether the government properties are safer or not. And each time we think that if we have a problem, we have to create an institution on our own.
So,
as
sorry,
Parliament, I think.
I'm constrained. I have to draw your attention to Order 52A. The Senator must confine his observations to the subject under discussion and may not introduce matter irrelevant therefor. We're talking about Coast Guard. So the issue of rail safety, the issue of this shouldn't come up. I'm constrained. I have to rule out of that on that. Continue, my former chairman. I'm sorry.
Thank you. You have the sole monopoly to interpret the rules. But I will say that in making a debate of creating institutions, it is not out of the subject matter to make reference to similar institutions that have been created, which in the end added no value. That is why I laid that foundation.
Thank you.
Let me round up by saying that I plead with my colleague that issues like this should be referred to the National Security Advisor. It should be referred to the executive. They alone can tell us whether or not additional institution is required. For now, I believe our mandate should be to try to strengthen the Navy, get them to properly focus.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So that they can do their job more efficiently, rather than creating a coastal guide that will just be another institution leading to endless competition and all of the things that arise from duplication.
Thank you. I will use the floor to Senator Karimi, Senator Nduse, and then, of course, we'll have to listen to the chairman.
See them? Even though I think they eventually passed the first reading, have been a second reading on whether to create what they call the Coast Guard, another job, or duplicit or duplication of positions or duplication of agencies, duplication. That will also need funding, the money that Nigeria doesn't have. That's what they are good at. Listen.
Those in favor that this bill be read the second time, please say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Well, let me thank the sponsor. Okay, well, first, sorry, the clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, a bill Fallana to establish Nigerian Coast Guard with the purpose of securing the maritime zones of Nigeria, aiming to protect the maritime and other national interests within these zones, subject to the jurisdiction of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to maintain a state of readiness to function as a specialized service in the Navy in times of war and for other related purposes. 2024, second reading.
A bill for an act to establish Nigerian Coast Guard with the purpose of securing the maritime zones of Nigeria, aiming to protect the maritime and other national interests within these zones, subject to the jurisdiction of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to maintain the state of readiness to function as a specialized service in the Navy in times of war and for other related matters, related purposes. 2024 second reading taken. Let me commend Senator Oshilekun Sani for bringing forward this bill. Those in favor that
they've got Nigerian Navy empowered. They also have a Nigerian Coast Guard, which is part of the Navy. But now they are busy creating it as a body of its own, right? In preparation for war. War. It's funny, isn't it? Anyway, this afternoon, we saw Peter Obi and supposed disgruntled truck drivers protesting the shooting of one of them's a truck, the tires of one of the trucks, flying oh my God, sorry, I mean, I'm not so good with some of the names, okay? Pardon me, by the way, okay? So it's called the Olama Boro Angono. It's a Unobe, a town in Olama Boro local government area of Kogi State. Police were collecting their usual bribe, and nobody knows what went wrong. They started shooting. I think one of the trucks who probably won't give them money. And they shot the tire to the point that to keep it immobile. In protest, other truckers decided to block the road in solidarity with the main guy whose truck got shot at. Then this caused a heavy gridlock on both sides of the road. Nobody could go forward, nobody could go back, all stuck. So among the commuters on that road was Peter Obi. I showed you that this afternoon, but that's not the whole story. So Peter Obi was on his way to, Peter Obi and his own guys, they were on their way to a place called Anyegba in Kogi, where he was going to fulfill a promise he made to a school there. He promised to buy them a supposed student bus, and he was going there to hand over that brand new coaster bus plus a check of 10 million naira when he got stuck in that traffic. Then this happened.
What happened here is that we're going to Anambra where Peter is going to detonate a bus, and then they had this issue too. And he came down on the road to come and solve the issue. We heard that this trailer was this road has been blocked since until Peter Obi came here, and now he has resolved the issue, settled them, and everybody is cheering for him. Just Obi.
‘Yan sanda suka tura min ice, ta yaya ta fashe. Ana 270 ake sai da ta.
Haka.
Taya ni ma ba tawa bane.
Kai.
Ta mai mota. So na zo wannan ta musu magana suka nuna su da ke ni. Allah kawo min agaji yan uwa suka tsaya. Sai ga an musu yawa maganar duka aka batta. Sai muka ce sai an biya taya. Ya suka ce 30,000 da su bayar. Abun naira 270 da su bayar 30. Kaga ba je ko ina ba.
Ba je ko ina ba.
Sannan sun alƙawari za su bayar 50,000 kuma 50,000 din ma mutukar yanzu kuka wuce ba za su bayar ta ba.
Gaskiya.
Ba za su bayar ta ba.
Amma wane ne ya zo ya taimake ku nan haka?
Peter Obi ne zai taimake mu. Ya dauki naira.
Ka ce wai?
Peter Obi Labour Party. Ya dauki naira 50,000 ya bani. Ka ganta na? Naira 50,000. Yace mun ga ni man din ƙara.
Kuma kuna nan tuntuni ba akwai na hanya block.
Mun fi awa daya nan gun muna su.
Kai.
Mun fi awa daya muna su.
So an mashi godiya ba?
Haka muna godiya Ubangiji Allah ba shi Najeriya.
Amin.
Allah Ubangiji ba shi Najeriya.
Amen.
That is to tell you the people's choice. Yeah, it's the people's choice. He came out and people were very happy with him.
Who came out?
Mr. Peter Obi.
What did he do?
He cleared the road.
Thank you very much,
yes,
sir.
He cleared the road.
Okay, what of you? May we hear your voice?
With anointing and grace. Can you believe that as a governor, he still plies the road? The time will tell you that when he's in power, he knows the potholes that are bad. He's a man for the people. Man for the seat.
Thank you.
Happy for him.
Who? What happened?
I'm happy for him.
Thank you. Anything about what happened?
Oh, we're happy for our president. We are traveling from Enugu to Abuja, so there's some incident between the trailer people and the police. So there's nobody to solve the problem, but our president came and solved the problem. Everyone is going now. Our future president. We're happy for him. We're happy for him.
Thank you. Come.
Yeah. And like I said, that's not the whole story. So they finally cleared the road. And then they continued their journey to Anyigba. When they got there, this is what happened.
For the opportunity of being here again today. Like my Lord said, I have included this school. You might not know, I have 22 school of nursing that I must visit every year. Each of them, I must invest at least 10 million naira a year. The reason why I say at least is that it could be more, depending on what happens in my own income. The same thing goes to universities. I have about 8 universities that I must visit every year.
some of you have one or two things to say, but it is quite a very good gesture, at least towards something that is more reasonable, impactful. I know I can really help some of you. When you see the obedience, they are happy when they see Peter Obi stuff for Mayegun's diary political. Then the others who are like, for example, those who don't like one Nigeria stuff, right? Or the Showore supporters and all that, you always will have something to say, something negative, right? Similarly, when I put up something that has to do with Showore, those of you who are obedient, some of you always have one negative thing or the other to say, including those of you who also don't believe in Nigeria, so to say, right? Then when I put something up about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for example, or IPOB, what have you, there are those of you who are obedient or Showore this, who always have one or two things to say. It's any problem. Do you know why I share some of these things? It's very simple. In my own world, right, I believe that there is something you all have in common. And that is, you do not like this current Nigeria. And that's a plus. That if all of you can find a common ground with the number that you have, right, everybody could actually get what they want, including those of us that does not believe in this contraption and want it apart. But when you continue to strike, hold yourselves this and that, you have all the negative things to say about yourselves on here. The only people that benefit is the establishment. It's always been. So when you continue to kind of hold yourself this, especially those of you who are Showore supporters, who always, I don't really know how it feels, so to say, for Jews, right? But I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it like that. So the bottom line is this, okay? Except we all find a common ground, right? Those who don't want this contraption as it is, you will have no choice but to live in the contraption as it is. To those of us who don't want to be part of the contraption at all, not part of Nigeria at all anymore, if we have our way, we will have nowhere to go. Because as divided as you are, the establishment wins. So I've seen those of you that will jump here, especially some of you who are IPOB or Biafran supporters, right, who have all these negative things to say about Showore, about Obi. One thing you have in common is you all have one mind of you are tired of this contraption. But as divided as you are, you will have nowhere to go to. No matter how much you try to make yourself feel better in a way to say, okay, your own solution is the best. My own solution is the best. Last, now inside our head, all our solutions are useful, as divided as you are. Because you see the criminals in charge of Nigeria, they will not let any of us go. And that is why it's easier for them to criminalize self-determination or any effort to start what is called either political revolution or any revolution at all. So until some of you come back to your senses to realize that you all almost have something in common, right? One enemy in common, the establishment. The establishment is united, right? While the rest of you are never really united in that sense, okay? And coming together in this sense doesn't mean you are suddenly now one Nigerianist or you are now pro break it up. What you have is that if the establishment that keeps all of us in the trenches this way continues to wield power over us, none of our dreams will come to reality. None of them. Go and think about that, if you can still think. Here is a story, a very touchy one, where children who have been victims of a failed country, so victims that, once, or maybe 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 1,000 victims do get the attention, partially of those in authority. Listen to this story of these two young children.
action will come. I will find them time. It is they that will run. Not me, but I will not walk. Imagine a small girl like this being raped by a matured man with her younger sister, 3-year-old. Where is it done? 3-year-old, and this year 8 years plus. Being raped 3 times. I will teach this man a lesson. When I finish with him, I'll bring him out to Nigerians. Nigerians will finish the remaining one. Yes. Because now Nigerians, you people are doing well. As I am now, each time I call you people, you come out. Each time something happens, you push it to me. And when I come out to fight, you join me. Even if you don't come physically, but you're using media. You're still doing me and Nigerian women and children. I thank you very well, Nigerians. Madam, this morning I'm really I didn't check the I don't make a long This morning I'm giving you is I promised my daughter clothes with shoes. It's not much money. Go and do it for her. But it cannot be on that day again because we want to come. Maybe after we take her and go and get her all those small things with her couple. She said she wants to come. So that is all this money is for. Then by the time we are done with solving your problem, we know how to support your business. What business are you doing?
I have a tennis shop.
Eh?
Tennis shop.
Are you oh, you need it. We'll give you support to make that chemist shop start working well. But you can't be leaving the children at home with that.
This fragment. One day people phone over, you buy an phone or sleep or block comes and I can come out there and super my cable. Don't killing me.
And I'm sorry. President Bola mentioned this here with the new trade agenda. You can't be suffering again. Every woman now, none of you will be suffering again. Are you understanding my point? Because nobody can divert monies meant for you people and you'll be going to hell. Nobody. It takes a monster to divert money meant for vulnerable people. It takes a monster to do that. I'm sorry about all your sufferings. So sorry. 8.5-year-old and 3-year-old being raped by a neighbor just because the woman is a widow and she goes to her chemist to be able to feed her children. See the pain this woman is going through. See the torture, emotional torture this woman is going through. But I'm assuring you, the president that employed me here cares about you. Are you getting my point? He cares about you. He cares about all Nigerian women and children. And within a few days, you will see the action. Wipe your tears, my darling sister. Wipe your tears. Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Because of 50,000 naira, Uju gave that long emotional speech of almost nothing. 2 children were raped by their neighbor. I was expecting her to say something like, now that we've arrested the culprits, justice will be done, and we'll make sure that these children get all the help they need. But it's always typical. She's a lawyer, I think. You know, I think she's a lawyer. Is she not? Probably one of the future Sandalili. I've been a sandpaper, like Fallano. Eventually, she's the women affairs minister in Nigeria. And then you see the story of those children. There are many, many, many more whose stories probably will never get to Uju. All the governments. I am a father, and I just don't know how I am going to actually react. She's a widow, according to her, I think, right? So I don't know how I'm going to react if anyone touches my daughters. Like, I don't know. I'll just keep that to myself. That I hope that the protection I'm giving to my own children, my daughters, continue to be adequate and enough to save them from those rabid animals patrolling that space, that contraption. That's all I can say, like I can wish for. It's unfortunate. Here is a guy that is presented as a soldier, but he's also a supplier of the Nigerian Army's fatigue uniforms to terrorists in Nigeria, and he got caught. So the soldiers who arrested him made a video for us to see, and it won't be the first time we are seeing videos like this. We never get to hear anything afterward. If you understand Hausa, listen to this.
hankali za ka yi hankali ka dange ya zama gani. Ba na ji abin da kake bayyana yi. Ka ce wanda ya baka wanda ya ce ka zama shi baka san shi ba? Amma ka tsinanni ne. Wucin daga yu. Amma kai sheke ne.
To kuma ka tambaye shi wanda zai ba.
Wa za ka ba mawa?
Wani ne wanda muka yi waya ya tura min shi number shi ya ce ga wanda zan ba da ya a'a da mabrin gwari za ka kai ba ba na riga na mabrin gwari ne
kana ta da siyon wannan kenan 11 ba ku kenan?
da 11 fa akai a tashin din da koyo
amma siyon ka wannan laftana ku ne
alƙali dan
a ƙarya kake yi ba laftana ku na ƙari ba ne ma yanka.
Well, to Lagosians, I think congratulations will be in order. Yeah. After 19 years that they told you about the blue line, red line, I heard that their red line, which is the metro line, rail line in Lagos, has come to active service today. Saw a video, and I was like, well, I mean, it's not all gloom and doom. Because the lady who expressed her joy, you know, these days people barely have money to fuel their cars going to work. And it used to be a bit of a drama or trauma, waking up at 4:30 a.m. or waking up at 4 a.m. For a ride from mainland to island. Then you get to work like around there 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. Then you have to leave work at 4 p.m. and you won't get home until maybe like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. You get to sleep for maybe 3-4 hours. You are back on the road again the following day. So this is a relief. So if they have now added, they've done the blue line, now you've got the red line. We can talk about the cost of, transporting yourself from them to and fro. But the ease and the, the promptness could possibly add to your life than take from it. You know what the Gaussians face when they get stuck in traffic? Yeah, that alone shortens people's lives a lot. People have been dying slowly. So now that you've got this from from Okokomaiko, all these areas, I think the red line covers all those areas, Abi. So congratulations.
Where people live. We saw that those who live in the far end of the corridor will heave a sigh of relief traversing from Agbado to Lagos Island. And the beautiful thing about the red line is that when you get to Agbado, it's the first terminal at 4, where you get a ferry to take you all the way to Lagos Island. So from tomorrow, when the full passenger operation will commence from Agbado at 9 and 6 a.m., when you get to Mexico, you'll be able to cross over and take the boat to Marina, Lagos, Victoria Island, and the rest. So we are moving now, and so if you look at your time, it's exactly 7:20. So by 17, where?
See, from Agbado to Marina, and then that's quite a stretch. It's been under construction like forever. They've looted and looted and looted and looted for years. And finally, it has come up now. And yeah, it's your money. You know, whatever I want to say, you know, for me, to ba shere mayegun mawi. If you do it, I will say. If they don't, I will say. On this one, I will say congratulations to you, Lagosians, because I do know what this means. Sonweku, well done. And on that note, we will draw the curtains this evening. Or more. It's good to see you, even though I can't see you. I know you can see me. That's a brother. Samuel Ovie. That's my brother, though. Yeah, Baba. Thank you so much, everyone, by the way. I am going to take calls, which simply means if you have to go, then try and like the broadcast, okay? How can we have like 2,000 of us on YouTube and only about 600 of us out there? I mean, it is a thing. Unfortunately, I have no power to make you like the video. I can only remind you, right? So thank you to those who have actually liked the broadcast. That is your offering. I appreciate that, okay? And to my super chatters, I'm going to go say thank you to you later. I'm coming back to say your own thank you. However, if you want to probably add to this chat this evening, yeah, pick up your phone, okay? When I come back, we can have a chat. Good evening. Don't go anywhere. I will be back. So I have my first caller this evening. I've missed this guy.
Pastor, pastor. Our mojo sticker ló show wa. Àṣé kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Ìwọ má dira o, ìpàpà ẹ̀dá orin. Jẹ́ ká wà ní Bible tó ń jẹ. Kò jẹ́ gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó jẹ̀ rà. Gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù. Àwòyí àárín. Mo mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú Bible pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù. Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù. Kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ má dira ayé bàjẹ́.
Mr. Michael.
Hold up. Baba.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Yeah,
sir.
good evening.
How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine.
Great.
I'm fine.
Sorry for keeping you waiting there, by the way. So you are my first caller this evening, so please.
Yes, I'm just, I'm surprised. I mean, well, it's not surprised. I know that, Nigerians, they always behave in their own, in their own way. Igbo people, they came to London to submit a petition. And then I wonder, is it not
to the G4S security guard?
Yeah, are they not supposed to go to Nigeria? Is British still colonizing Nigeria or what?
Well,
I'm pretty sure
British High Commission.
that isn't the case.
Sorry, British High Commission in Nigeria. They have released a statement on that. I've got my own before anyway, but yeah, it is what it is.
You see, Nigeria are full of eye service. They just full. Just for this media, social media age where everybody wants to be relevant. Just showing themselves. And why can't they go to their so-called in Abuja? In Abuja. So, but I'm just laughing. I don't know. So well,
it is what we are
I wish
that, for those who are smart enough to understand that these guys are just like pure distractors, but it is what it is. You know it.
Yeah. You see, Nigerian has been so divided that we can't help ourselves. I'm afraid we can't just help ourselves. It's so divided that even though they are fighting for one cause, that okay, Nigeria hardship is too bad or whatever, but even in spite of all those reasons, they are still divided. And the government that's their primary aim, their primary work to make sure that everybody are divided, and that is their main target. They don't want any cooperation between all this, all.
Don't want any unity of purpose.
Unity of purpose in any way. So, which they are winning. There's nothing we can do about it. They are winning, and we can see that. Apart from we continue to talk about things, try to remind ourselves and all. I think that is the only thing I can see that is consistent in this whole thing. So, I just wish
time shall tell. Eventually, you get now when we separated the wisdom from the chaff or so. So hold up. Thank you very much for that out.
Thank you.
You have a good
one.
Yeah, it is. You see, when I said that there is none of the Britain's business. Okay, if Nigeria is going to break up, I know some of you used to say, that they are the ones holding us. No, they are not the ones holding us. We are the one holding ourselves. Here you get, they are stakeholders. So in their way, they've taken sides. And the reason why they've taken sides is because currently, the ruiners of Nigeria, right, they have a deal for the British, for Americans. So if tomorrow we carry Onikondo Yokondo, Onikumo Yokumo, Onikondo Yokondo, Onikumo Yokumo, we go after ourselves. And we can't say, no, we know the day together again. With a breakup, America will choose a side that will satisfy their interest. Britain will choose a side that will satisfy their interest. If Nigeria is going to break up, it can break up. But what is most important to America or Britain is going to be their interest. And what is their interest? The resources of the land. So if tomorrow, the Ishekiri, and all these guys from Niger Delta decided they don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore, right? If they pull a force, America will side them. Nigeria will break up. If the Yorubas pull themselves together and decide that they are leaving tomorrow, if it serves the interest of America, they will support the Yorubas. We will break up. Don't let anybody deceive you. Here you get. But right now, the Nigeria that is so together, the criminals in charge of Nigeria today, they are in bed. Sorry, the interest of America and Britain and others are still being satisfied. So therefore, they will be on their side. Give them weapons and all of that. Before the genocidal war, called the Biafran War, before the table turned, there were so many countries, including this Britain, they were partially on the side of the Biafrans until Gowon put an embargo on the oil exports, right? Because, before you can move the oil from the Biafran side of the Nigeria, out of Nigeria, you have to move it through the Nigerian water. And once the Britain realized that it will be their loss for their own business interest, they switch side to Nigerian side. So the point here is this: anybody going to United Nations, Britain or America, talking about the breakup of Nigeria, that person is stupid. The reason is this: you must go there with something. You must offer them something. So they are not the one holding us. We are the one holding ourselves. But again, you can argue that. I have a caller. Hello.
Hello, my good.
Baba.
Chief Adeola from Canada. How are you?
Chief Adeola. Very well, sir. How are you?
Here we go. I'm well, thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Good job.
Yes, sir.
Good job again. Good job. Yeah, I want to quickly take on two issues.
Yes, sir.
And the first issue is regarding the VeryDarkMan and the Fallana family.
Yes, sir.
Right. So the reality of Nigeria is all our overrated people, they are all the same.
Are you seeing how many of them are unraveling now, sir? People that some of us grew up looking up to.
It is quite unfortunate. If you watch the interview, because I followed this event over the last 2 weeks, I've been following you. Even this morning, I listened to you. It was early here. But if you look at the trend of events, now, if you watch Channel's interview and the Arise interview of Mr. Fallano himself, may God bless the soul of Ganifawa, you will see a deflated human being. On that interview, as a student of psychology, you will see a deflated human being. I thought wisdom of age, wisdom of experience would have told him not to go further.
You get?
It would have
if they had looked away, sir, sorry to cut you there, right? If they had looked away, the moment that thing happened, if they just decided that, you know what, I mean, we're just not going to say anything. By now, we won't even be talking about it.
Thank you.
But they decided to kind of escalate it to the point that they continue to embarrass themselves.
That's naked on this. He will dance naked, and a lot of things will be unraveled that will further destroy the image he is pretending to be preserving. Now, this matter will not end lightly. Remember, at the center of Nigerian problem is the judiciary and the police. At the center. Let us remove the politician. Let us all forget the politicians of this world for once. We're chasing the wrong set of people. There will be no criminality if there's no judges and police that will protect them. There will be no criminality. I live in a country, in the same Nigeria, that was functional, that you and I can go to court and get judgment based on fact and evidence. But that has changed. Now, at the center of this matter, you see, Justice Daudu or Judge Daudu, whatever, He has awarded something even without listening. In the level of Baba Fallano, at his level in Nigeria, if the table was to be him at the other side, he would have been on the news condemning that kind of things.
Like, you don't even have to be a lawyer to start laughing at something like expertise.
It's ridiculous. You see, Dele Farotimi established something. You know, he walked away from this profession. A nobleman, Dele Farotimi. He cited the case against the revered Pa Afe Babalola. Go and listen to that. These are the people we thought they are for justice. They speak, we listen, they have newspaper to their advantage, they have the podium at any event I see they are standing for. They are not standing for us.
Honestly.
They are standing for themselves. So, politicians will not be rascal if the law of the land will prevail and be honored. So, the politician will, Nigerians will focus. People like that without be let's recycle him. People that have been mentioned around wicked, let's recycle them. We need to begin to go for these so-called rascals in the legal system. Our law is good. Our constitution is fairly okay. But the people that are charged with the responsibility of interpreting our law and the criminals that is reigning our country. That is one. Let us go to the world, the so-called World Bank. You see, if Nigeria was to be a sane society, that man right there, we should not be allowed to leave that podium.
How dare you come to them and say what people or a reform for 15 years? Can you say that to Modi, his own president in India?
Thank you very much. People are already over the cliff. He came to rob us in the face. And believe it or not, he's speaking the mind of our leaders. They couldn't say to us. You know, Nigerians are foolish with white men. Whenever we see white people, we are foolish people. So he can do anything and go away. See, let me tell you the implication of what he said. We will continue to borrow for the next 15 years to finance the lottery of our criminal leaders. It's already sealed. For the next 15 years, World Bank will be throwing huge amount of money for the loss of our politicians.
6.8 billion in 17 months. I ask now, can anybody tell us where exactly in any sector in Nigeria this money was invested in? Where Can you say 6.8 billion has been invested in any sector in Nigeria? You can point at right now. Where?
That's the question. I asked, where are they spending? You asked the right question. Our national grid collapse again this year. It's not part of the funding of that money.
No.
The funding is about to pay salary, to buy yacht, to finance their roads that are not existing. Look at the road that Peter Obi drove through. Look at the road. And the internal road, that is not the focus of World Bank. Every country that World Bank has supported, they are in ruin state today.
Totally.
Until we get this criminal international finance organization out of our bank, Nigerians will never know peace.
Chief.
But remember, we have leadership that are criminals. So they can cohabitate with criminal organizations like World Bank. Thank you very much.
God bless you, Chief. Thank you so much for adding your voice to this, right? I appreciate this. You have a good one, sir. Indeed, people hardly ask the right questions. That's another problem. Questions that somehow, if you ask them, you know the answer. So if somebody says, I'm going through a lot now, and the reason is because it's an austere sort of a moment. Now, Nigeria doesn't have any private jet for president anymore. They take commercial aircraft. Now they are not buying any cars for politicians anymore because Nigeria is broke. We're all going through something. Then you can then begin to say, okay, yeah, this makes sense. Okay, maybe in another 10 years, if we continue this way, things will get better. But that's not true. So a man will come in, something he can't say in his own country. It will come under the banner of World Bank. World Bank. Like it's something that is, they will give Africa ridiculous interest rates on loans with conditions. They will be telling Africans to change their monetary policies, devalue their currencies just to access peanuts called loans. But they won't try the same thing with other parts of the world, developed world that they are trading with. They won't try that. They will be giving the rest of the world single-digit interest, 1%, 1.5% interest. But when it comes to Africa, you'll be seeing conditions, man. No. Hello.
Hello, how you doing? I just like to announce this is Jefferson.
That's Jefferson.
How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I like your analysis. If we can cut down on cost, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you know that's not going to happen.
No.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, it's not going to happen because we have know how I put it. We have idiots that are ruling us. Have to go that route. You know, they look at all the policies with the refineries and everything, yet they cannot even come up with a stringent strategy to make sure they can bring calm to the polity of Nigeria. You know, right now people are committing
reform. What is the reform? What are you reforming? Where exactly are you reforming so that we can be sure that we can track? Nowhere.
You are even going too far. Look at it this way. Look at this thing you are showing us in terms of the National Assembly. You are concerned about the youths that they are taking drugs. You want to pass a policy that we put them in check when they took too many drugs. I'm like, when the hell did you care about the youths? When did you care about us? You know, if you really care about the youth, look, I'll give you an example. I could remember when I finished secondary school, far back 2001.
Wow.
I finished secondary school, and I remember my cousin telling me that I was in Nigeria and she was in UK. She was telling me that when she goes back, she's going to do some part-time job and she's going to buy a GSM. She will work in a grocery store, make some pounds, and then she'll buy a GSM. I was like, wow. See how in UK then, that I was in Nigeria, I was relying on pocket money, relying on this, and I was like, wow. So are they telling me they cannot create a system like that for us in Nigeria? Most of us, when we go through primary and secondary schools, there is no future. We are hanging on the. In fact, we have to even constantly do prayer and fasting to ensure that our parents are alive, maybe father is alive, mother is alive, or guardians, or somebody, uncles, aunties. We have to be doing prayer and fasting for them to be there so that they can sustain your education from kindergarten, nursery, primary, and secondary. And if it's not there, it's like as if there's nothing for you, and then you still need to go and figure out how you're going to survive. And when you want to survive, if you take the grace of God to get funding to support you from the beginning. These are the things that stupid Senate is supposed to be looking into. How can they have a sustainable youth, a system for the youth to be able to thrive? Not, you are concentrated about, this you want us to take, you are looking into the fact that many people are taking drugs. What made them take those drugs in the first place? You think that they just wanted to take drugs for the sake of it? They don't want to take drugs for the sake of it. You know, it takes a lot for one to go into all those vices.
I mean,
you know,
imagine young people dealing with a lot of depression at that young age, confused, unsure, and the country doesn't even have anything for them. No direction.
Ordinary financial system or credit system, they cannot establish. They can't do that. And unfortunately, I want to even say one more thing concerning. Let me be quick because I know there are other people coming up. Look at the VeryDarkMan issue. You are threatening him that he should stop publicizing that information. You went to get in court for that. I'm laughing. He doesn't know the implication of what he did. I can make it. You know, we can make this case bigger by writing. There's this thing they do where you sign a petition. We can sign a petition, get up to 1 million viewers, and say, okay, since you are telling us that you should delete that video, we are going to get a petition on you, and hopefully that is being followed, that you, instead of him paying that money, you will be the one that will pay damages for trying to oppress VeryDarkMan.
That's what this is all about.
Exactly.
If you are taking somebody to court and a judge wants to rule, I should be there. I should defend myself before any ruling. No.
Exactly.
It's not happening. That's a means of trying to shut him up.
Exactly. It's just telling him, shut up. And that is how it's always been. That's how it's been in our society. They always want to be oppressive. We are operating in an oppressive society because they don't want people to talk. But guess what? People are going to talk. Whether they like it or not, people are going to fight against these things. This is just the beginning. We'll make sure we follow this thing to the end. I may not know yes. Oh yes, it's too much. It's just too much.
Jefferson,
you know,
thank you so much, Papa.
Thank you very much.
And, I mean, you all can count on me that even if they try to sweep it away, I won't let them pack it and sweep it away. That's why I said it. I added a proviso to it earlier. I said, we may wake up tomorrow where the Nigerian thing as usual may force the hand and begin, you know, we can see VeryDarkMan, the Jadenyoju issuing an apology to this old man. Then we will know why. Or at least that will tell us everything we need to know about the man.
So instead, they can even make it big. This thing that they have brought up now is already on the internet.
Yes.
And since it's already on the internet, we'll make it in a public scene, a global scene, like a petition, and get people to do that.
God bless you.
You're welcome. And
bless you, man. You have a good one, okay? That's Jefferson, ladies and gentlemen. I have another caller, and this must be our own Victor, I believe. Hello there.
Hello, brother Mayigu. How are you, my brother?
I am very well, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, please.
Oh man. Just thank God for your life, man. You know, really thank God for giving you the strength to carry on doing this. Because the day I don't listen to your program, it's like you know, I'm falling sick. You know, the knowledge that you bring along, you know,
almost useless when I'm not here.
Yeah, the knowledge that, you know, the way you're educating Nigerians about what is happening in our society, you know, it's really, really having a very big impact, indelible impact on every one of us. You know, anyway, the reason why I'm actually calling for several, I'm just going to touch them quickly, you know, because I know there's probably other people on the line. Yeah. You see, yesterday, I tried to get through to you yesterday, but the line was really too busy. I couldn't. You know, a guy, you know, was talking to you yesterday, and he made reference to the issue, with all due respect to our people, our brothers, the Yorubas. You know, did you know that without the support of the Yorubas in Nigeria, this so-called opportunistic elites in the north, in the up north, would not have leverage over the rest of Nigeria?
I'm going to partially agree, because you are not really out
that
of
is the
tune.
case.
Yeah.
That is the case, because
their collaboration is more or less like beneficial to the ruling class.
That is what brought properly. That is what brought us to where we are today.
Right.
Because without the support of the majority Yorubas, these people up north have no power whatsoever. It's just that the rest, I mean, the remaining minority are so fragmented. I mean, they don't really have the majority to push these people up. You know, if you take retrospect of Nigeria history, you know, when the Benin's were powerful, then before the advent of the British, before the British arrived, you know, it was a completely different case from what we have today. And then when they came with the idea of Wazobia, you know, the three major tribes now, the Yorubas, the Hausas, and the Igbos, are now the major tribes that are recognized. The rest remain voiceless. They were kind of dominated. So for that reason, the Yorubas now working together with the Hausas made them to overpower the Igbos. So that placed the Igbos in a very critical situation that they're struggling with up to date. Anyway, that apart.
But you see, that's the history as well, right? It's such a, what I can say, a very a funny turn. Do you get that now?
Well,
back then, right? Back then, it was more or less like using the personalities. You know, that's why I said that when we should be people who learn from our history and never be imprisoned by our
are
history.
we learning?
I'll say something. You see, when the likes of Awolowo were pushing, right, for something that could possibly have been so beneficial to all of us, then Zeke was very powerful. Zeke was the most powerful politician in Nigeria history. Some people may not even want to remember. It was so powerful that it miscalculated, right? Back then, he believed so strongly that the alliance of the, I mean, when I say very powerful person, it was so powerful that even in Yoruba land, Lagos, right? Zeke was so strong enough to almost displace Awolowo's political influence in Yoruba land. And guess what? He was so powerful that he helped the fragmentation of what used to be a 3-region of Nigeria to what became 4 regions politically. Unfortunately, his miscalculation, right, got to the wrong side of this same northern Nigeria until something happened, which led to, you know what I mean, the civil war, and then the institutionalized Cold War between the North and the Igbos, right? And today, the Yorubas who succeeded that leveraged on that to forge another union with the same North that never really wanted to have anything to do with Yorubas. The rest, they say, is history today. So that's why I said it is good for us to be students of history, okay, but not prisoners of history, because those who are the architects of what you and I are facing today, they are dead. So us who are here today, right, rather than get imprisoned by their actions, their mistakes, their triumph, how about we begin to build or forge a new relationship based on what we share together? Unfortunately, those who want to share, those who want to forge that relationship today, we don't have the political influence. We don't have the political power.
That's exactly what they don't want to happen.
I'll let you continue. Just don't let us miss that gap too.
Thank you, my brother. By the way,
those who led us to this road today, they are long dead. But you and I, we believe that we have so much in common. We do not have the political leverage to forge a powerful union that could make us stronger. We don't have it until we do.
Yeah, we don't.
Go on,
we don't have it. We don't have it. I will partially agree with you that we don't have it.
Sure.
But power lies with the people. You know, first of all, you know, sorry I didn't introduce myself. You know, well, did I tell you? You know, I'm Victor. You know, calling from Frankfurt. I don't know.
I know you are Victor. And I always kind of mix it up like, is it from Frankfurt or is it from Belgium? But now that you've cleared me,
no, it's Victor from
Germany. Go on,
from Frankfurt. Exactly. So, like I was telling you, my brother, you know, you see, the thing is that, you know, just like when the British came, they succeeded in creating this system of divide and rule.
Yes.
You know, giving power to the North to, you know, to some extent, to, you know, use religion to, you know, rule themselves up north, and then in the south they were in charge.
Yes.
You know, with
direct
the chiefs are not
deliberately
direct and the indirect rule. You see, the same thing these people up north are doing today, the so-called elite of northern Nigeria. Unfortunately, the people of the north, the poor people of the poor masses of the north are not benefiting from this system, other than going for handouts, to go and beg for handout from them. And thank God they are beginning to be awakened. They are beginning to be awakened to their political responsibility. Now they are realizing that these people have been cheating us for so long, and we can no longer continue like this. So the table is turning. Thank God. You see, they don't want the youth to be united. That's why every time people are trying to form alliance here and there, they find a way, they come up with all kinds of laws, they do all kinds of things to truncate their efforts, to make sure that, you know, they don't succeed. You understand? So, I mean,
But it is not up to us. You see, somebody like myself, right? We have homegrown, same irredentist, and it seems like from everywhere. You see, whenever people are beginning to reason that we should do things differently, there's always this revisionist agenda, whereby they always sort of invoke the what do you call it, the spirit of that hatred, which led to the first genocidal war of that time.
I was coming to that. Did you know? Did you know that was exactly? And that was the game. That was the card. That was the card Tinubu played. You know, by using this ethnic card.
Yes.
You know, the card of ethnicity. You know, wanting else, turning it against the Igbo, or is the Igbos that are trying to take over Lagos? What has that got to do with the politics that we're, you know, the votes that people were, you know, wanting to
not just bust your own bubble, right? I want to bust the bubble of some of our listeners too. I mentioned Azikiwe earlier. When Azikiwe was forming an opposition to Awolowo in Yoruba land, he didn't do it alone. There was a man called S.L. Akintola. A man that was so devious that he actually took, when they locked Awolowo up for treason, S.L. Akintola decided to go and partner with Tafawa Balewa to further destroy all the legacies of Awolowo in Yoruba land. But guess who? You know, guess who was being blamed in Yoruba land in their revisionists today? Zik. And the man that actually did the destruction of Awolowo's legacy, including Awolowo's political whatever it is, and took us to the Balewa's agreement to further destroy Awolowo in Yoruba land, was S.L. Akintola. And S.L. Akintola, right, happened to be somebody who built his political career on bigotry. He was always calling the Hausas names, the Igbos names, that his followers were people who actually had to hate other tribes. But he's not remembered as that person that destroyed Awolowo's legacy in Yoruba land. But this thing did not start because the Akintola's followers, they have descendants today in Yoruba land. And those are the ones.
And they're nowhere to be found today.
No, I'm sure nobody here. They are the ones who listen to Tifnumbu when they begin to play the card of this tribe, that.
Ah, okay.
Their children are in their 50s, 60s today. They are the ones who continue to repeat the lies and the hatred, but they are not in the majority. Yorubas are just not interested in the politics.
I know. It's so
sad.
Just
need to get them interested. Papa?
So sad. You know, that's another thing. You know, I wrote on Shore's page at the time ago that, look, if you try and team up with Peter Obi, you know, and some of these other guys, you know, possibly with the PDP, you know, from the PDP as well, from an alliance, and then, you know, a formidable force would be necessary to chase these people out of power.
You're right.
But it was just like everybody doing their own thing. Nobody was listening to each other, you know, wanting to be the boss or whatever. I don't know. You know, this attitude is not going to lead us anywhere. I believe that the earlier they unite together, it doesn't matter how we get these people out of power. We have to chase them out. I mean, enough is enough. They've destroyed our country. And we cannot continue like this. Can you imagine a country that you know, that's sitting on gold, sitting on, you know, heavy amount of
flowing
gas,
with milk and honey?
Oh yeah,
and the people are already like living like paupers.
Oh my God,
it's unfortunate, Victor.
You know, I mean, we have to do something about this. We just have to.
It starts from the revolution of the mind. People needed to be re-educated. We need to unlearn and relearn a lot of things. But we will get there, I believe.
And like the last caller called, you know, said, the real problem of Nigeria, you know, that people that are making life a lot more difficult for us to be able to get, you know, turn things around are this judiciary. The judiciary, the police, and the customs are the problem of Nigeria. These three organs, they are the one that is making things to be slowing down or not to work at all in our society in Nigeria. You know, the moment we are able to deal with these three organs, you will see that Nigeria will turn around.
I agree. Thank you so much, Victor.
Oh,
okay,
Thank you, bro.
We'll probably be going back and forth, but well, sometimes let our discipline. All right. And I appreciate the
Thank
fact
you.
that from the perspective you joined the whole convo, okay? Say me well to everyone.
God bless you.
You have a good one, son.
And extend my greetings to your family, bro.
Same to you,
Bye.
man. Thank you so much. You have a good one, okay?
Okay.
Yes, sir. So that's Victor from Frankfurt, Germany, right? Thank you so much. Okay, somebody said my perspective of Akintola is wrong. Well, I think I hold the right to be wrong. But history is never wrong. And I have a lot of them here. Okay, I do not deal on hearsays. I have evidence of all the record of the actions of all of them here. Right? Blood on the Niger. Here is one of them. The untold story of the Nigerian Civil War. Why we struck the history of the first, why we struck the history of the first Republic politicians. The tropical dependency. And what else do I have there? Okay, I think there should be a lot of records that are not just hearsays, what people had to say, and all of that. So if I do not have the record of these guys, then it's either I am reading the wrong history. But I promise you that I have also listened to the audios. The radio program of S.L. Akintola is kind of message and all of that. Àwọn ará òkè ọya, àwọn ọmọ Igbo. Àwọn ọmọ Igbo tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kópa àwọn ọmọ Igbo tí ń gbàgbá wọ́n ti ń gba àwo. You see all these ọmọ Igbo things you are hearing today. It didn't start today. Okay? So all this ará òkè ọya tí wọ́n fẹ́ wá kó wa lẹ́rú. Àwọn kìnnìkan fẹ́ wá kó wa lẹ́rú. Wọ́n fẹ́ kó Yorùbá lẹ́rú. All the kind of politics of hatred in a supposed newly independent country. And of course, when Awolowo got arrested by Tafawa Balewa government in 1963 and everything that followed. So please don't ever tell me that what I know about S.L. Akintola is incorrect, okay? So maybe because we are not talking about him now, all right? Including everything I know on Nnamdi Azikiwe and Awolowo himself. All of their roles. That's why I said, yeah, I've read their history. And all of our past leaders, they are not all saints or all evil. Okay? Enough that when you read their history, the thing you can say is, please, just be a student of history. Don't be a prisoner of history. Because if you decided to actually follow any of their path, you will continue their war. And these guys are dead. Their actions or inactions, good or bad, led us to where we are today. So I am not somebody who relies on hearsays. I read. When I say I read extensively. Right? And that's why we choose to kind of start reading on this platform at a point. So we decided to kind of have other things to discuss, right? So yeah, I have a caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Maego.
Good evening to you, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I was the one yesterday that called about, the bank issue. I did not know that, I would cause wahala. If I knew.
Maybe because of the way you said it. You know, a lot of people listen to this program, Baba. A lot of people. Seriously.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad you are.
I was just trying to point out how corrupt the system has become, because when I left Nigeria, even though that was over a decade ago, that would have never been possible. But that's not why I'm calling today. Why I'm calling today is that, the last caller said that, oh, we need to organize, we need to do this, we need to do that. The rich in Nigeria, right? Or let's just say the middle class, because they think they are rich. They are the ones that will have to come together, because the poor cannot afford to hear our voices. Here we see 1,500 people. Even if people from Nigeria are watching it, right? The poor, which is the majority of the people, They cannot afford this basic internet to listen to this kind of opinions. The only people that have our opinions are people that left Nigeria and then came back to Nigeria, or the rich and the middle class. The rich and the middle class, it's not as if they don't know these things though, but they will rather do, I better pass my neighbor. The youth themselves, they just want to live soft life. They don't want to struggle. They don't want to hustle. Even if you go out and protest, they will look down on you. You know, so if the rich are not going to come out to do it, how do we reach the poor? Because we cannot reach them on the internet. No matter how much awareness we do. And that's where these politicians beat us with. Because they know how to reach this grassroots level. They know how to reach the poor. They know how to mobilize the poor. These poor people, they cannot afford internet. We in the diaspora need to find a way to reach these people because they are the majority of the population. Forget the educated middle class, forget the rich. They know what to do, but they choose not to do anything about it because they prefer the past. That is what we should be thinking about. How we because
afford some of these things before they lose that privilege. They better do something now because the poor has already been already conquered, weakened. I get it, Baba. And it's just that some of them are pushing it. It is still being passed around, you know, like let's say, oh, I'm okay. You have a point though.
So just wanted to, we need to poor. We need to pass. All the things you are saying is not brand new to them. They drink here.
Okay, thank you much. We have just about 20 minutes to go. Me trying to remind all of us. I know it all. I keep saying that too. Okay, you may not have a chance of calling in. All right, and then the most chance you have is to type your comments and all of that. Great. I usually love it if somebody who says, so I disagree with you on that point, Mayegun, so I can listen to you like fully. You should try and call in, okay? You don't have to agree with me. There's no point in you agreeing with me all the time. I can agree with you, even though I can disagree with you as well without being disagreeable. The purpose of the platform is to probably learn from each other, right? So it is not when you are outrightly write people off, right? If you disagree with what I say, I would love to know why and from perspective as well. Okay, so no one is what do you call it? No one has a monopoly of knowledge. We're all learning from from one another, right? Here is the first one, I believe. Hello. Oh, I did not get you then. Are you there? Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes people even try to call in and we just connect them, unfortunately. But here, hello, sir.
What's going on, boss?
I'm very well, right? No. Go on.
I seem to be lucky again.
Yeah, lucky you. Somebody was on the line, but they just hung there, and I do feel sorry for people like that, you know. It's like trying, then you get your call taken, only for the network to just you in there.
Getting you is like a camel. It's like a camel going through the eye of a needle.
Tell me about it, man. Well, lucky you, though. How are you, sir?
Yeah, thank you so much for picking up my call. I think I will still consider myself to be very lucky to be on your platform. That it's just one of the smart places to get an updated news, and it just shows that everybody that listens to you, we are not zombies. You know, we reason with what you're saying.
Yes.
We actually reason along what you're talking about, and we apply our mind. We're not like the Agbadorians that they just throw out maize to them and they just quiet.
The ones that are like, my brother, you are right. Yeah, you are very right.
You can see a guy called in now. He knew he made a mistake and he called in and just, saw, and he was able to, tread properly and see what's going on. And that is how, that is how it should be. We all make mistakes and we just, What people make me say, Agbadorans can keep.
They will double down,
mistakes.
you know.
They'll double down on the crash, on the whatever it is they actually, you know, which is okay on their side. The other thing I really want to point out is a guy called him earlier, like a call, 2 calls before the last guy. But still, it's still hopeful. Let me help him, you know, inflate his bubbles, and I'll pop it at the end of the day.
Right.
They can go all the way with. I mean, I support Obio, so they can go all the way preparing for 2027. Who do you want to stand against? You want to stand against Tinubu 2027?
You play much ignoring the obvious.
You played a clip earlier on Daily Momo.
I can go along with them. Sure, you get.
Yeah,
people are ignoring what is really real to what they are imagining. But it's all right. Yeah, let's go on.
You know, sometimes I call. I said, look, me, I'm a realist. I'm not going to support. And if I have to be in Nigeria, there's no way I'm going to support anybody because
I won't be part of any election in that place.
It's not,
no way.
It's not out. If I still go along supporting Obi, he's not going to win.
No.
How? Just look at the template we have on ground. With which judiciary, which courts are you taking? What? How can you even make it out of that country voting for anybody? It's not going to work. So this idea of waiting for 2027, let's don't fool ourselves. Let's be real for once. You know, another thing I want to actually address is, you know, people really want to go out there and face out these politicians. This is what Tinubu, this is his strategy. He is not even using the police. These are the people he's using. I was speaking with a friend yesterday morning.
Right.
He said, look, people really want to be out there. You know what they use? What? They use the MC Oluomo, the area boys. It's what they use to cow everybody into their shell. So it's not even the police now people are even scared of. Because of course you know the police station. And the police don't even know your house. The only person that knows your house is the area boy.
Yes.
He knows your parents. He knows the route you're taking to work. So our main mission that I'm still looking at, because I told you, I'm a realist. If we have to look at this small, let's fight the small war before we go with the big one. Let's look how we can deal with all these top dogs among the area boys.
Neutralize them for real.
Neutralize the big ones. You know the Americans. The way they want to take out these terrorists. They don't have to go with everybody. They take out the big boys. And if another one comes out and says, look, I'm taking over from the big boy, they take him out as well. So we have to find a way to disarm these guys so that people can be free to express what they feel inside them. Because the police and the soldier is not what they are scared of anymore. It is the guys
who have problem with those who always brag that they are court boys, you know. Like they all have what it takes to probably do something positive for humanity for once. Do you get that?
Absolutely.
Now? But they won't.
Absolutely.
They all flex their muscle on the weak lanes among them, and that is us. It's unfortunate.
So I don't know. That's just my take. Thank you so much.
God bless you, bro. Thank you very much again for adding yours as well, like everyone else. Okay. So yeah, the line is still pretty much there. I love it when people stick to time. It saves a lot of time. Say it's teaching time saves 9. Yeah. So thank you so much. Let's see if we finally get this caller through. Is that you, Air Force One?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Yes. Baba. How are you?
Yes, sir. This one is crazy, man. So first of all, I have a question. Who is that guy? Is he a Mexican or Englishman or who is that idiot? So what that guy got to do with us?
They didn't tell us his rank. They just said, the Nigerian media just said, World Bank said, and they played me that video. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
That's what I'm saying. From here, out of nowhere or from nowhere, who can dominate? Who they appear? Who they Brazilian Mescapo?
Now they are quoting him now. And the likes of a shitty man, Tinubu and co, they are now saying, you see, we told you, Tinubu is on the right track. All these things that we are going through is just a temporary thing. It's just now just 15 years. After 15 years, Baba, Nigeria will become a great country in Africa. I was like,
Okay, all right. So even a layman that doesn't have any idea about economy, let's even vet these guys. Okay, whatever they've been saying, whatever they've been verbalizing, I didn't even give a fuck about whatever they've been saying. But my point is their action even portraying or channeling towards that direction that this economy is going to work? No. You guys are buying private jets, you are buying Escalades, you are giving yourself 200 million naira to buy SUV, Land Cruisers, and Lexus. And you are telling Nigerians to be patient. It's a big thing. I'm sure Bobo yen, in fact, one originate Bobo and Wally, Bobo to Soro yen. I'm telling you, sir. No. It's common sense here. It's common sense here because let me tell you, sir. They need somebody international to back up whatever bullshit they are doing to make it look real to common Nigerians. And I keep saying this. I said it before. Even another Nigerian in Nigeria doesn't even know nothing about his country or our country. Talk less of knowing what is going on in the government right now, sir. So whatever anything they spill and they give it to them, they take it.
They just reject it.
15 years. 15.
Like,
and you know,
it doesn't make any sense. The country is economically dead, right? Indebted. And you are saying that for 40 years, Nigeria has been wasting money on nothing. And now is the time. Is Nigeria now saving money? Is Nigeria not being debt? I mean, dipped in deeper debts right now. So you, World Bank, you have given them like a 6.8 billion. Now, if we ask you, World Bank, money you gave to them, where did they invest it? You can't answer us. Or you want
and why do you even keep giving them?
Nigeria will become top economy. How?
How? That's my question right there, sir. How? You see, this way they are running things and spending money and try to create all sorts of parastatals and not even cutting costs. These idiots with big bellies and agbada, they are talking about creating. What is that thing? The earlier video that you played about Air Force or whatever. What is that thing? Maybe
planning to
something.
to establish Bola Tinubu University. Can you imagine?
I want to see you. Baba, I don't know anymore, man. I don't know. I don't know.
It's frustrating, Baba. Exhausting as well.
I don't know. I don't know.
Bless you,
Baba. I don't know, sir.
Thank you so much, though.
Thank you, sir.
You have a good
night.
Baba. And you too. See, we have quite a limited time now to go. And this is just for you that still want to add your voice, okay? It doesn't seem like it's busy anymore, right? I would advise those who still have, those who are still yet to like the broadcast, so to say. It's just a reminder, right? Please like it and share it, okay? So a very big thank you to my super chatters, especially Sir Olagbemi. Thank you so much, okay, for your super chat. So, Our Lady Joy Oko, thank you. Our Lady Latu, Aruna, thank you. And to everyone else, the callers, the likers, the sharers, the commenters, everyone that makes this platform so interesting, right? You all are here to make it the evening worthwhile for everyone, okay? So thank you. If you haven't really liked this, please do. I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maigun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
This is Otumaigun calling from Eastern Texas.
Kabiesio Otum. Thank you so
God
much.
bless
Sir. You're live.
Thank you. Thank you for all what you have been doing, Maigun.
Thank you, sir.
And I believe we Nigerians are always listening. Maigun,
Baba,
I have two things to say on your program tonight.
You are welcome. I'm fire on, sir. Yes, sir. Go on.
Thank you. The first one is just to remind you and all Nigerians that Tinubu, who because of creation of additional local government during Obasanjo time, now and use all Yorubas to all means to fight Obasanjo.
Yes.
Tinubu now has been on the throne of Nigerian president going to 2 years now, for 18 months now. In the idea, the 419, the deceived idea that Tinubu came from, because creation of more local government that time was number one dignity that give Tinubu recognition in the whole Southwest, if not you, Nigeria.
Hear so much about Yoruba, but
thank you very much for people, grassroots. Now, Mayogun, today, for 18 months now, that Tinubu, if you remember that time, even Wasiu Ayinde sing a case, you know, to cut long story short, to the extent that even when Tinubu was ruling, the enemy between him and Baba Obasanjo then lasted to the extent that when he exit in 2007, it was Fashola that collected money from this man that died, late Yaradua. Now, to cut my long story short, today, Tinubu has become, for 18 months, he has not been able to pass that creation of local government into law.
Even said he's giving autonomy to local government areas. But
Mayogun, thank you very much. That's number one. Number two, they are going to collect now. Let Nigeria know this. Tinubu has now reversed the local government, the LCDA he created. Lagos State want to do election. Our next election is going to be on 20 local governments.
Yes.
This is an information. Mayogun, I want you, please use your platform to just to remind Nigerians, to remind Lagosians, and to remind Nigerians. This is a fraud.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's always
now. Yeah. Now, you see, Mayogun, the last time I called on this program, I say a lot of things. But I told you then that our people, we are not going to have protests, that the protest is not going to take place. I gave kudos to some who try to do some kind of petty exercise on August and petty on this October. You understand? What they did was just petty. Now, the Nigerian region, whom has never practiced demonstration before, is we all now knew, all we Southerners know that it's only Northern people that can protest and forge ahead in Nigeria. You understand? Let me tell Nigerians, Mayogun, what happened today from that man that spoke that Nigeria has 15 years to do the other. That is the program of Tinubu government. Nigeria has been captured. We are in Gaiman government. Nigeria is a Gaiman government.
Let me also remind you, if you remember, that these people, they were talking about true federalism, true federalism, true federalism. Today, they are in power. Guess what? The first set of people that rejected regionalism, true federalism, they are Tinubu's boys.
They rejected regionalism. They create thuggery.
They have the power now to pursue true federalism, but they don't want to do it. They rejected it.
They can't do it. They can't do it.
So it's a scam all along.
Mayogun, this is a Pablo government in Nigeria. This is a government. This is a government of an organization.
Hey.
Mayegun, I want Nigeria. Tinubu government is not just a government of a government. It's different. It's different from Buhari government.
Crime.
This is an organization government. You understand? APC organization government. Me that I'm telling you, I was an APC. We contributed money from United States and sent to Buhari in 2015. 2015. Nigeria has been captured by an organization. All of them will embezzle. Tinubu become the first Nigerian president that will buy yash. Nigeria should know this. No any president in Nigeria have used Nigeria money to purchase, while government to purchase yash. Tinubu is number one now. That is to tell you how organization, how bandits, how criminals organization work.
So, Otu?
You understand?
Thank you so much.
Mayegun, Tinubu is moving around with Escalade. The same Escalade, Cadillac Escalade that American government is moving with. His own is even Jeep. American one is not Jeep. You understand?
I do.
In this present Nigeria economy. Thirdly, Mayegun, please mark this my thirdly word down.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you one thing. The debt, don't be offended with me, please. I just want Nigeria to know. I'm going. The debt of Mohbad, has been calling for justice since last year. Let me tell you, the death of that boy is going to, I don't know an adjective to qualify it. It's going to expose, it's going to consume a lot of unnecessary Nigerians who have zero dignity, but because of their character and attitude, Nigerians are recognizing them. Michael, let me ask Nigerians this. Tell me one thing that Fallano has contributed for the betterment of Nigerians in Nigeria.
They said he's fighting for human rights. But now we can't.
Please, okay, out of that is human right. What has he contributed? There is a human right in America who has won a lot of things, a lot of infrastructure for his community people, for his country people, for his state people in America here. They fight for it, they get it. What has Fallano did to Nigeria?
I would have to.
You understand? So let me tell you. As anybody that know anything concerning Mohbad there in Nigeria will go down, will be perished, will be consumed, will be dealt with.
Thank you so much, Otun.
Thank you very much, my good. Bye. Have a good one.
Nice, sir. Hi, that's deeper. And thank you so much, by the way. See, I do have just what's the time? Yeah, because I used an extra time myself. So yeah, we have one more caller here. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Mayegun. Good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Baba, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm fine. This is Dami from Lagos.
Oh, dear brother, how are you this evening? And how is Lagos? They don't bring back your lights?
Nibo.
Because we are seeing the Dakudaji National Grid. They said it came back last night, only for it to go off again today. And they have been battling with it. I thought it should be back by now.
Brother, we are a government of our own in Nigeria now. We provide our own life. So
I know.
You get it. So we don't really care if they bring it or not. It is what it is. So I really didn't want to call today before, but someone called in and that person actually spoke about something I've always thought about, and I've always even discussed with my friends and people around me. And that is the fact that, and I think you should also be an advocate of this from now on. Okay. And that's the fact that let's leave these guys. I mean, the people in government.
Right.
The reason I said we should leave them is we should first of all tackle our problem from Ibiti Agbarawa to Kaun. The people they are using. I don't know if you remember when they did the election in February. I called in and I told you I voted somewhere around VI, and I saw what happened, how people gathered and chased away the boys that came around and all.
I remember.
Mr. Mangu, Nigeria is so bad now that, or let me say Lagos. Yes, it happens in other places, but maybe I've not been, I don't have so much.
Places. Yes.
Exactly. So, but let me talk about Lagos. There is no streets in this Lagos that you are carrying your own vehicle to with loads inside that you will not pay before you enter those streets. And those are being controlled by no other persons than Agberos. I don't think they have any way they are remitting the money to. There is no park, garage that you are waiting to probably pick up your wife or kids or friends, that there will be no one or two Agberos that will come around and be asking you, Owomida. So,
like, I want to get this now, Dami. So, before, it would be like, if you have, for example, let's say you have your own business, and they are bringing in with in a truck, they will ask you for money, or it is now like a random thing. They just approach you. Or what?
It is so random that even your own car, if you buy, like, let's say 2 plastic chairs now and you put them in your boot and you're entering your street, you will find guys that will stop you and start asking for that. Although they know me in my area, they know.
You can skip somebody like yourself, but yeah, like they say, would you?
Exactly. But they do it to a lot of people, and in fact,
there was a lot of people. Yeah,
there was a guy that came to my house to let me do some furniture recently. When he was bringing those things, he said they stopped him at our junction and they had to delay him for some time. I asked him, why didn't you call me? If they had called me, I would come down there and I would let them know I'm not okay. But at the end of the day, he said they collected some money from him. I'm like, oh, well, that's your problem. He now said he did that because he's in this environment and he's doing his business in this environment. And if he would enjoy doing his business in this environment, he just has to continue settling those people. Now, this is my problem, Mr. Mayegun. Àwọn alágbára tó wà ní Yorùbá land, sórí wọn burú ni. I mean, let's start telling ourselves some truth. Ẹlógún ẹni gbá ẹ láwo, kí lẹ fi ń ṣe? Rádaràdá lẹ ń ṣe now. And you are watching people watch you on a daily basis in your own area, in your own territory. Agbero will tell you not to come out to protest. You will sit down in your house. Are you not mad? So let's start with those people. I mean, if we can handle those people and they are not able to use those people anymore, they won't be able to do it. See, the people that rigged an election in Ogun State, in Lagos State in 2023, people know them
very well.
And they are living among us, and we know, like, where they don't ballot box and they are living among us. You get it. I'm telling you. Oh my God. And we are claiming that we have Alagbara. And we do Alagbara Alagbara Oshiwoni. What are they using it for?
Alagbara Ongoshe rely on now when people actually came out and brought Oro of all deities. Oro that is always being used to punish a bad behavior. Oro eventually collected bribe to join the bandwagon.
In my estimation, I will still try to forgive those ones. Because the little investigation I did into what happened, I realized they are not the real Oloros. They are just some people gathered by the state government and the local boys to just act like they are the real whatever and whatever. But then, when they are impersonating you, they are impersonating you, and you're looking at that, and you are not even afraid of the name that will give to you. I mean, and then you are not doing anything, and you will not come online and be saying,
Possibly it is.
I mean, let's start telling ourselves some truth, because See, as much as previously, I love being a Yoruba person, but I'm regretting it every day now because of all this nonsense I'm seeing. Our people are beggars. It has never. I posted something on my status this evening. This is I've lived for over 3 decades as a human in Nigeria. This is the first time in my life that I'm seeing that people are living to die because an average Nigerian before, the only hope we have is the hope of tomorrow. Hope of tomorrow is like non-existent now. And àwọn àgbà òṣì, àwọn àgbà rádaràda, àwọn alágbára òfò, alágbára paper àtọ́n pera àwọn lálágbára. They are looking at all of this nonsense and they are not doing anything. Everybody has turned to beggars. Oh, see, I'm not happy to walk on my street anymore because if you are able to manage yourself and you have little money and they task you. And you can't blame them. It's because they have nothing to eat. But then, I'm become a problem yet. Now, let's start tackling the problems from grassroots. I want to disturb our businesses who are in the local areas. Let's start dealing with them. I mean, there was a time they were collecting money on my street that they are building road and all. When I got there, my wife was with me in the car that day, and they said, "Oh, I want to." I don't have it. They said I won't pass. I started my car. I crushed everything and I left the place. The next time I was coming back, don't stop me. Listen, I'm paying double tax. I'm paying a tax to Lagos because I'm working in Lagos. I'm paying another tax to Ogun State because I'm living. I have an apartment in Ogun State. So you want me to be paying tax and I will also be paying you guys to carry sand and put on the. Are you people mad? So since that day, they don't even talk to me about road or whatever. They just let me go. And but then, he don't share every other person.
This is what people have to kind of live with every day. Every day.
I mean, so what's the problem? So if we can start advocating for these things to be done this time, like let's start dealing with them.
Really closer to us, even if we can't get to those ones that we can't, that are far away. What about those ones that are also like a threat to us in our immediate environment and immediate areas too? I kind of.
Because eventually, I want to graduate. I want to everything.
Thank you
so much. So that's the litre I want to have tonight. Thank you so much.
Very valid, sort of a point as well tonight. And it's right now in the open. So we see what people do with that. You stay safe, Sha.
Thank you so much. You are doing a good job.
Thank you very much as well for calling in. You have a good one yourself. Now, this is where we are going to draw the curtains. We've overshoot our time. Tomorrow is another day. Okay. And I hope I kind of will have you on, everyone. So thank you so much to us all for tonight. Again, for the commenters, the likers, the sharers, the super chatters, the callers as well, to all of us this evening. We have shared our views, and we hope that everyone that stayed back to this moment, you have picked one or two things. If you have been attempting to call in to be part of this chat, unfortunately, the time is gone. Don't worry. You will have your own time, another time. But before you leave, if you haven't really liked the broadcast, please do now. I'm going to see you some other time. Enjoy the rest of your evening or the rest of the day. Good night.
Mayegun ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Máyégún Diary politico. Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni. Ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.